not working on my button for some reason.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back. It's been a hot minute. Good day, fellow human. Twitch recently changed some permissions, so please log me a dashboard and regain any lost access. Okay, I will do that, Moobot. Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back. I know it's been a hot minute since we've been here. Like, hot damn. It's been a while since I've been on the Twitch side of things. We took a break from Twitch. We did a little bit on the YouTube side, but no, we're back. We're kicking. We're here now. We're back. Just not full time yet. I mean, not back to where we were yet. We still got some real life stuff to handle. But yeah, we're back. We have our lovely guest stars. Let me get them in the voice chat here.
Like Twitch and just take off.
Oh.
Yo.
Oh.
It's winter.
We got our boy Trows here with us on episode 8. Can't believe we've been doing this for 8 months already. Well, technically 9, but we skipped a month.
Yeah.
But, my word, 8 episodes already.
Episode 10's coming up soon.
I know. I know. And then it'll eventually be up to episode 20 and then 30, and then that's like 50 episodes right there.
Oh, yeah. 50 fucking episodes. Imagine when we get there.
I know. Imagine.
Also, Draco, I appreciate you trying to keep the hype going, but Twitch can be wonky sometimes. I'll have to check that later. It's not showing up on my subs count either. Wow. Hopefully they didn't take your money, because that would suck.
I know. Hopefully you didn't lose no money.
Yeah.
But anyways,
you could always refund it if that's, I think.
Yeah. But anyways, welcome on in, everybody. Welcome back to another podcast. Schnauzer and a Panda walking. God, I almost fucked it up. A Schnauzer and a Panda walk into a bar, episode 8. We're discussing our top 5 favorite and hated bosses that we have personally come across.
Yes.
I have worked very diligently to build a list for tonight, and I think I have my list all ready and shiny and pretty.
Same here.
And I hope that you guys do the same. So,
yeah.
I think how we're gonna go about this is that we're gonna take turns. So we will start from number 5, obviously, and go to number 1. But like, one of us will go first. We'll share our 5th favorite and our 5th hated boss, and just go up the list.
Yeah. And also, spoiler warning, guys. That's all I gotta say. Spoiler warning.
Yeah,
There's gonna be a lot of bosses.
Spoilers. Because I also, for video purposes, I also will be showing out videos on my end. So, if Slight and Trows want to show off, like, send the videos to me as we talk about them.
Yep, I got mine all set up.
We will share those videos and kind of just talk about it. I don't know if we're gonna have audio with the game, with the fights, or if we're just gonna
maybe
show
like
the fights.
maybe just like low audio. I think I need to hire you up a little bit, Slight.
Mike,
All
check
right,
Slight.
I put you up just.
Mike,
I can fix it on my end. Hang on.
oh,
Also, right there. How's
This
that?
is our special guest here, Slight of Game. You want to introduce yourself?
What's up, guys? Can you hear me now?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Slight of Game. I like slights. I like games. I'm trying to play all of them. All the games in the universe. That's pretty rough.
All the games in the universe.
Oh man, it was the worst idea I've ever had.
I can imagine once you hit Zelda 2.
I just finished Zelda 2 and I was so mad. I took years off my life.
I applaud you for that, because I couldn't even get through the first fucking temple on that. So
I hated that game.
I applaud you for your effort, your valiant effort to finish Zelda 2, where I could not.
I mean, you know, save states. It's kind of cheating.
Save states didn't even save me from that.
Yeah.
But also,
So Mike's all good now?
Yep, so everything sounds good on my end.
Yep.
Yeah, I had to turn it up a bit.
So if y'all want to, Twitch TV/Slight of Game. And we also, Trows came out with his album recently. So with that, he does have his album up on YouTube, Spotify, all that kind of fun jazz. So his music is going to be sponsored on tonight's stream.
Sponsored by the podcast.
Hashtag not a sponsor.
Well, I got me point here. Me point IPA right here.
And I
And
have
the IPA stands for IP a lot, so I'm gonna be taking some breaks.
And I have with me the finest A&W bottled root beer.
Ooh, bottled fancy.
Get down.
So you guys are actually going through like top 5 ever, right?
That
Well-
we have personally encountered.
I see,
I'd-
I see.
I'd say for me, I was very like torn on some games that are my favorites, but I just loved all the bosses or hated all the bosses. So I'm like,
Yeah, some
I
of
had
them
to
were
go
like,
for
if
other
I
ones.
really like a game, that's what happens.
yeah.
You're not gonna find
So-
much you hate. Like Zelda 2, I hated all of them and I loved none of them, so it was kind of difficult, you know. So I just didn't even pick that game.
So you know that
Yeah.
entire game gets slapped with a number.
Yep.
Yeah. So I just thought of some just kind of random stuff that I've either played recently or that I remember that were memorable and stuff I didn't like.
Okay. So with that, who is going first to reveal number 5?
I think we should go with Slight. Special guest goes first.
Let the
Special guest goes
okay.
first.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
all right. Let's do it. I got to send you it though, huh?
Yes. Send me the YouTube link.
Okay.
Them
Let's
hot
do
beats.
Kingdom Hearts. We doing least favorite or favorite on this one? As far as like,
Let's do least favorite first, and then do favorite second.
All right.
I mean, these are the hated ones, right?
Yeah, so
Draco
you're
throwing him
gonna
into
show
the
me-
flames.
So you're gonna send me your fifth hated boss, and your fifth favorite
Gotcha.
boss.
Gotcha. Here, I'll send it in our voice chat. So I picked Kingdom Hearts, which I played for the first time ever just recently. There you go. You should have the link. It's in our voice chat message.
Okay. So, oh, it's Kingdom Hearts. Be warned.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
That thing
so
is
I
so
ju-
long. That's why I didn't like this one.
Okay,
This
so I'm gonna go
particular
ahead.
boss fight is
I'm going to go
epic.
ahead and pop it up and let people watch it here. So tell us a little bit about why you hated this boss.
Dude, Kingdom Hearts, I had never encountered anything like it before. So it was my first playthrough. And, it's like towards the end of the game, and you're just feeling it. You're like, I'm almost done. The dopamine rush is going to come. But this damn boss went on and on and on. I don't know how many phases. It just kept going. This whole thing is like a 30-minute. It's just forever.
So are we actually at the boss fight here? Like, oh yeah, it looks like it.
He's getting ready to start. But you know what I'm talking about? So you have to fight Ansem, and you have like the dark side thing, but there's multiple phases.
And it's just
I
like
was
it's
just
just like
so
the
worn
meme
out.
it's like the meme that I always share when they have another phase. Like, you have a lot of nerve being alive.
Dude, it's so ridiculous. And it's like you're at this point you're just worn out, especially like streaming. You're beat. And then you beat the boss, you're all happy. And like, oh no, psych, we got you.
You'd like
Another
you'd like
phase.
to think that you're done.
Yeah.
Oh,
So like this first phase was just, it was a little sweaty, but you beat him, no problem. But it keeps going and going. Honestly, I think there were like, God, I wish I knew. It felt like 8 or 10 phases. It was crazy. I guess that's what Kingdom Hearts is known for.
and
but
I
obviously,
assume that if
being
you
my first
die, you have
playthrough.
to start back over, right?
To a certain point. But thankfully, you don't have to start all the way back at the beginning.
I think
So
I
that
would have
did make it
snapped
easier.
my disc if that would
Oh
have
yeah,
been the case.
Would've been- I would have gone to buy the disc so I could snap it. Yeah, thankfully it's all
geez.
digital. Unless I bought the whole collection. Again, it was my first time, so I've only ever played one, and then I just recently played Chain of Memories.
And that was the
But
Game Boy one that
apparently-
you were playing, right?
Yeah, and that was sweaty. A lot of brain power.
I was watching that. That was an interesting playthrough.
Oh man, it was nuts.
Yeah, I've never played Kingdom Hearts up until the points you get to the like Kingdom Hearts 1 I played till like maybe Tarzan's Forest of like the second
Yeah.
or third area, and then
I like it.
I just I didn't get further than that when I was a kid. Never got it
Oh, really?
again. So I just
never
that's
had the
all I
luxury
know
of
about
playing
it.
as a kid.
I think the first Kingdom Hearts game I ever played, I wound up buying 368 over 5 days or whatever the fuck it was called. And I got so bored of it. Like, every time that you went to a new zone, you had to stay away from the characters, otherwise you're gonna fuck some timeline up. And then they just wound up eating like salt ice cream or something like that. It just
Sea salt ice cream. Yeah.
that's
It was
that's
also
it.
like a new foray. Like for me, if it's anime, I had nothing against it. I just never, for some reason, got into anime. So like all the Pokemons, Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, all that stuff is going to be brand new to me. So this is like a just culture shock. Plus, trying to figure out how to play the sweaty RPG, trying to figure out how Mickey Mouse and everybody fits into it. So this part's easy, right? You just gotta, just spam the button. Be careful of any
Just
attacks.
kick
It's not
his
super
ass,
complicated
right?
yet. Plus, their health bars at this point, like their health bars, it's like green and then blue. Right? There's
It's-
multiple levels of health bar.
Yeah, it just starts to become like one of those like freaking Japanese
Look at-
fighters where they have 15,000 health bars.
Yeah,
And you
exactly.
think you're gone.
Exactly. So you had so many. And of course you have to watch your teammates and make sure everybody's got the right. It's just this is the climax of the game, but it was like a never-ending one.
Was this the final boss of it?
I mean, it's the beginning of many phases of the final boss. Yeah,
Okay.
like the
So,
game
like,
from
it
here is
kinda-
probably another 45 minutes left.
It kind of
And it's all
makes
boss
sense
run.
on being the final boss.
Yeah. By the end of it, you're fighting this giant thing in space. Who knows what's happening anymore?
Yeah, no kidding.
It's so epic, though. It's anime
Like, just
for
looking
you,
through
man.
the timeline of it, just like, oh my god.
Yeah, so skip ahead a little
I-
bit. Like, see how he morphs into other things.
All right, let's.
'Cause this
let's
is
go
like
into
an
this
hour, this
purple
whole thing.
Let's go on this purple nonsense here.
Yeah, so there's the second phase. That's
Okay,
the
so
monster.
this
you
isn't
fight at
even
the
my
beginning.
final form.
No, this is Dark Side, I think he's called. That's the thing that you fight at the very beginning of the game. You just pop in the game, you turn it on, you have no idea what's going on, and that's the first creature. So he's kind of like round 2. He's pretty easy too.
Kind of makes sense. I kind of wonder if it's like there have been people who have like theory tested to see if they could like beat a boss that shouldn't typically be beaten in a game. Like, they're kind of like a cutscene boss where it's introducing you to the last boss, but they're gonna kick your ass regardless how well you play. And some people have actually tested out to see what actually happens if you do somehow beat them. So it makes me curious if they did this one. Like if you
And of course you get like, upgrades. It's a standard, pretty basic RPG. You have all these different spells you can cast, and I guess depending on how well you've upgraded stuff, especially in the Chain of Memories game, it's like,
are we going into the next phase here? Is this?
yeah.
Is
And
this
I gotta
phase
fight this
3?
a-hole again.
Jesus.
This one was the hardest one. I struggled with this guy because he's a lot faster and a lot stronger.
I just gotta
He
grab your
chases
hands,
you around.
McGee.
He chases you around with that orb, right? You get touched to your... And I think the worst part was, you see it happen. The little spirit dude behind him, he just pops up and grabs you and holds you still, which means you can't dodge that thing. He's doing pretty good. Of course, the guys on YouTube are always doing the best, make you look like an idiot.
Yeah, they do these fights like perfectly.
They practice
like,
it 500
practice
times
it.
and like, I'm gonna post it now. First time playthrough.
That shot is
so-
like, yo, what's up, bro? You want to come at me, bro?
This part was
So it's
pretty
just dumb luck.
I actually, I know it's Zelda's off topic, but that the last boss, the very last boss in Zelda 2, I actually beat on my second try, whereas the one right before that, I struggled for like 2 days.
That's funny how things work out. It's like, that should have been the final boss.
Oh, he's still
What
on
was
this
the next
bit
phase?
here.
Here? Yeah, dude, this guy, it's just his health, right? You get just a little tiny window to hit him, and his health just barely goes down. Takes forever. Those cutscenes, you're like, oh, did I beat it? I did it, guys.
I'm so proud.
You're feeling good about yourself.
And
this
Boss
shit
Boss, and he's like, psych.
The endless abyss within it lies
Dude,
the heart of all
I'm not
worlds.
exaggerating. Like, this is the longest ever, like, final boss sequence I have ever experienced in my life so far. It was ridiculous. I'm like, when is this over? I thought it was over already.
Just wait till the Final Fantasy game is my guy.
Oh, man.
Right.
I'm gonna have someone else play those, and then I'll just talk about it.
And that like
You think I'm
if you 100% it, wait until you see like the 100% boss of like
Look at this.
Octopath Traveler.
hell
That
is
was
this
a
thing?
fight.
And I didn't say anything on stream, but that thing was making me laugh. Look at this design. Look at this design when they pan out. Like, what
This
are they
is-
standing on?
It's gonna be a penis joke, isn't it?
It's definitely gonna be one.
This is peak Final Fantasy absurdity in terms of boss design. And-
Square Enix at its finest.
Yep,
Bless
they
their
have a
heart.
lot of this stuff in the Final Fantasy games, and it's like normal commonplace bullshit.
Oh my god,
It's
he's
just such a unique
shirtless.
world. Yeah, no, it's all there.
It's all there.
But I'm flying around like trying to figure out, okay, this is easy. I'm just gonna spam them because at this point I just want to hurry up. Which is, of course, as gamers, where we always make that mistake. We aren't patient, get a little greedy, and then we screw up.
I'm just gonna point out I am not a fan of where those tentacles attach to each other, the two. Like, you can really, if you have a very bad mind.
Oh boy, not the
there's
tentacles.
definitely a lot of comments in this part. So I guess basically this, when it comes down to it, it wasn't like super crazy hard. It's just super long, and sometimes you start to get worn out. You start to make mistakes, especially since it's the end of the game.
Yeah, if it's like a 30-minute fight, you're gonna start getting really fatigued.
Dude, it was. How long is this video? It was like 45 minutes.
45-minute video, 47
And that's somebody who's doing it well. So it was a long ass fight. It took me like an hour, it felt like.
How many times did you wipe on this boss?
I wiped on the boss right before this one, the guy with the orbs in that purple area.
Mm-hmm.
That was the rough part for me. I just kept, because what happens is when you get wiped there, you start at the beginning of that whole sequence on the beach again, and you have to watch the whole cutscene again. I'm like, I was so done. I couldn't do it anymore. This guy was actually easier. He just takes forever. He's got to go back and heal, come back in and hit, go back and heal.
It's an endurance test.
You're just sitting there and taking it like a bitch.
Yeah, he just stands there. I mean, I wasn't complaining about it, but he's too focused on how good his pecs look.
Yeah, buns and ties.
Buns and ties. Look at my pectorals.
Okay, let's progress.
I don't know. I don't know how the rest of the games are, but they're all apparently like this. People were saying that's it feels like the whole game is just like a bunch of boss fights. There's gameplay and levels and stuff to do in between, but there's a lot of boss fights in Kingdom Hearts. It's crazy.
God, I can see why you left the comments.
That's not even including like the there's like special boss fights where you can go to, unlock certain areas.
What is one thing that Square Enix is really good at making is fucking bosses. Look at almost every boss that you have to fight in Final Fantasy.
I would say I almost, instead of this one, I had picked, I forget his name, but there's one that you fight in Neverland, right? You've got the clock and Peter Pan. There's some sort of boss out there that flies around looking like the Grim Reaper. And it's very sweaty, very hard boss fight. I hated that one. I think this one won just because of how long it was, though. If it were shorter, I wouldn't have cared as much.
Jeez.
Yeah, now, like, what are those? You're just slashing everything.
No kidding. We're gonna go flying around.
Yeah,
oh, they fire missiles. Uh-oh, that's not good.
Yep. So long as you remember to heal a lot. Like, his health is even pretty low.
Heal every time.
Pretty much.
Also doesn't help that you can't stay right there. Like, once you land, you just clip through the fucking thing.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Some of the... it's an older game, so you can get a little wonky when you're flying around. Oh, the camera gets all facing the wrong way. It drives you crazy.
On to the next phase there.
Yeah, now he's like a transformer. I mean, I get the gist of Kingdom Hearts, but does anyone really know what's going on?
No. It's starting to become Fortnite. It's just like...
Yeah, now you have to get just the tip right here.
My god, dude, this is just the weirdest looking fight.
Yeah. So, I said, it's not crazy hard, but it just takes forever.
The fights that I picked were fucking weird, but I think this one just immediately wins the Nobel Prize. I think immediately this one wins. Oh
Jesus,
my word.
You gotta go to every little
Yeah, dude.
You gotta go to
skipping ahead. It's definitely
like every segment of the ship you have to beat up.
There's so much to this boss fight. Like, when did they decide enough was enough? They're like, okay, well,
that's what I'm trying to say.
This is a Disney game.
I know I've missed a lot of games, but this is the longest one I've ever experienced.
They're like, okay, well, you kicked this guy's ass, but now he's gotta have a shadow puppet. Oh, But wait, the Shadow Puppet's gonna have a dick starship here. And during that time, while you're on this, cock
You're
rocket,
staring right down the barrel too. Look at this guy. What is it supposed to be? Like the guy who designed it did not do that on it. You don't just spend your time detailing and drawing.
They probably rehired the guy
and not
who
notice.
They probably rehired the guy who kept fucking hiding dick pictures inside the old Disney movies.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh my god!
It's kind of, you got to keep the themes going.
Oh my
man.
word! Okay, now we're on to the next phase here. It looks like we're
Disney
we're going
Hanky.
inside. Oh baby!
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I actually forgot about that part.
That's gonna be funny.
I don't even remember what's in. Oh yeah, just a bunch of these.
Oh, you get the shadow antibodies.
And the whole time you're thinking, please don't die. Please don't die. Please don't die.
Right.
For like an hour, dude.
I don't want to have
I
to
hated
fight
it.
Captain Cockring there again.
Cockring.
Uh,
Jericho says, "Welcome to an RPG."
Okay, so it looks like we destroyed the shaft here.
The shaft's been blown.
the ball and pinion.
Good.
Okay, so that's obviously
No,
where
wait,
we gotta
got-
go
no.
next.
The sack now.
Dude, I'm just zooming in there at this point. I didn't think I even stopped at those guys. I just went in there. I was like trying to fly around, hit anything I could. Like, hurry up!
It's just like it still just astounds me. Okay, well we destroyed part of the ship now, but now we have to go further in, destroy more of these
Yeah, here it is.
little pimple rocket things going on here. And
Pimple rocket.
And now it's time to destroy the core mainframe. But that's probably not going to be the end. We need to do something more drastic. Now watch, so he's going to destroy the core, and it's like, uh-oh, there's another phase.
Oh, yeah.
The essence of the core is next.
So I really, as much as I'm kind of excited, like, oh, I wonder what Kingdom Hearts 2 is going to be. A lot of people like it. I'm also thinking, like, what kind of BS am I going to encounter?
Right, what kind of fucking boss am I going to have to fight for the next hour?
'Cause I admit, I'm not, like, it's funny how people with the name casual in their gamer tag is always not a casual gamer. They're always playing, like, retro stuff that's really hard. Whereas I'm more like, no thanks. I would never touch it.
Oh, he's blowing it up. Okay.
Finally
Finally
yeah.
exploded.
Here we
Now
go.
he's
Now the
vibrating.
dopamine rush.
And now
the
you fight his
dopamine
heart. Oh.
Oh fuck.
Trying to remember if this is the final cutscene. I don't think it is.
It's like, when do you...
I think there's like one more.
And I know I asked this question. I've asked this question a lot on just this boss alone. When do we declare enough is enough? 3 phases for a boss is plenty.
It's moments like these where it's like, man, I kind of, you don't want to get raided. You just want to just leave me alone. I hope there's like one person in chat today so I can freaking focus on this BS. I've done that before. I went into somebody's stream one time, the Gaming Avengers, and I messaged them and I said, no. I just said no because I knew they were getting ready to end. I was getting ready to start Zelda 2, and they did not take the hint. Yeah, here we go.
Delighted
Here we go.
burns.
Guess who comes to save the day?
Is it Mickey?
Yeah, that was a kind of a cool moment. I was like, because now you're getting hit with Mickey, right? Who doesn't like Mickey Mouse? You haven't seen him pretty much the whole game, and then now you've got like this dopamine rush. It's like the best moment.
Oh, get light on, bitch. Get lighted on.
After 42 hours of boss
How
fighting.
dare you backsass me?
Oh. Gosh. Close the door.
You let in a draft, fucker!
Did you guys have the same experience? Like when you're first playing it, you're just like, what the hell's going on in this game? It takes a while before you start to figure it out.
Thankfully, I've never, like, as I said, like the very short amount of time that I played on that one DS game. That's the only amount of time I've played Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, that's probably the best idea. Yeah, it's over now, by the way. This is all just ending cutscene.
I
Well, that was
enjoy.
quite the hated.
I enjoy watching people play Kingdom Hearts, but I will never pick it up myself.
I think I'm the same way.
I mean, I probably never would have played it either. Just like Celeste, right?
All
But there are certain games I'm glad I discovered.
Now give me a second. The IPA is already going through me.
Oh man. All right. Well, that was an interesting fight, I should say.
If I knew I had to pick like the 5 like top, I would have probably really dug deep into my memory banks. But I think that one deserves to be on there anyway.
Yeah, I can see why. Like, he's such a long fight.
I did not
It's
like
like half an hour long. Like, no fight should last half an hour. But
Yeah,
there
and
are.
that's with the long play pro posting it, right? So like a regular person on their first playthrough is struggling. That took me an hour.
Like, I think my number 3 worst spot, I have felt the pain of a long, agonizing, just fucking downright painful boss fight. We'll get to him shortly.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay. So this one is your number 5 best.
Yeah, I mean from the same game.
Yep.
Okay. Here, let me get
I
back
didn't know
to-
the rules.
You didn't know the rules?
Yeah, I thought they were from the same game.
No, just whatever
That's
game.
what I was- yeah, that's what I was trying to think about. Now this one is the complete opposite. It's when you're starting to
felt
get
for
good.
Midge on this one. Midge struggled on
Get
this
up on
one
the
so
Hydra's
hard.
bed.
It was hard. It was hard. But it wasn't super crazy difficult. It was just like the first moment where you're finally kind of having to realize how to play the game. Like you've gotten to a point where now the difficulty ramp goes up just enough.
To where it's like a true test to see if you can like proceed through the game.
Right, yeah, and that you start getting like that false confidence before they start throwing crap at you. It was at this point where I'm like, oh yeah, I got this, man. I'm gonna play through this game. I'm get done with it. Everybody be happy. I played Kingdom Hearts.
It's like difficulty spike go up.
Yeah, but it's not super crazy difficult. You just have to be careful, and sometimes you can kind of cheese it and jump up over its head.
Cerberus is sick.
He was a pretty cool.
I've always had a thing for like 3-headed dogs.
He was a pretty cool fight when I watched Midge play against him. Like,
He's also one of my favorite looks of Cerberus I've seen in any fictional work.
I don't
Yeah.
know. As much as boycotting Harry Potter and everything like that, I still think I'm gonna have to stick with Fluffy.
I mean, that was cool.
Pretty cool.
I just like
yeah,
the
I've always had a thing
ferocity
for
of
like
this one.
I always think they were cool.
It looked really scary
three-headed
for a
dog.
Disney design too.
Yeah. Like this is the first major. There's been a couple boss fights at this point in the game, and they were super easy. You're like, okay, you know that they're easy. This one's the first one you really have to kind of sweat on a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not as bad as like what we just saw. So
Oh, Donald and Goofy are down on that. Uh-oh.
yeah, those guys. It's so funny. Normally you have help in a game and they're just useless. They get in your way. They're actually super helpful in this game.
I was like, who's more useless, them or Navi?
Dang, he's doing pretty good. These
Yeah.
guys, man, it's like it's the only game they play, making this look like nothing.
I mean, you are pulling it from a guy called Boss Fight Database. Thank you for your videos, by the way, that we're using.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well, yeah,
I literally like 15 or 20 minutes before, I was just like, oh, let me pull the videos up real quick, make sure they're all the right one. I had no idea who they were. Boss Fight what?
Boss
Fight
Fight
Database?
Database is his name.
That sounds badass.
I mean, it looks like it's about like a 4-minute fight, so that's not terrible for a boss fight. He doesn't seem like it's too terrible. As long as you know his mechanics. I mean, I guess it's like the aspect of most bosses, just watch for their fucking mechanics.
I'm all changing my list right now halfway through. Now that I know. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter how far back you go, whether it's like Atari days or whatever. It does not matter. It always comes down to what's the pattern, right?
Yeah, like any boss fight, once you learn their pattern, that's that. That's
Right.
GG's
Oh, man,
from there.
I can get into patterns a lot when we get to a certain boss fight. On my list.
Yeah, we're pretty much done with this one.
Yeah.
But see what I mean? That even on the decent boss fights, they're just so long. They take forever.
Yeah,
You said Midge was suffering with them?
I'd be down. I'd be okay with a 4 to 5 minute boss.
Yeah.
4 to 5 minutes, great. Like
That's 4 to 5 minutes of
10
somebody
minutes,
doing well, though.
10 minutes, not still okay. 15 minutes, you're kind of pushing it, but 30 to 45 minutes, come on.
Yep.
Okay, Traz, do you want to go next, or do you want me to?
Sure, I'll go next.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm gonna send you my worst. Alright, first before I send it, I'm gonna be talking about Donkey Kong Country 2. This is
Okay.
Nice.
one of the games.
Nice.
The only 2D game on here, but yeah. Let's give you the worst one. Let me get it to you. The worst one is right here.
Are you sending it to
You
me?
bought.
Oh, for fuck! I forgot about him.
Now you're feeling all fuck. You're like, damn it.
This is a prime aspect of waiting 40 to 50 fucking minutes on a boss fight.
This is King Zing. Sting.
Ooh, I have not played this one yet.
This is
this
one
part
of the
two?
most. This is one of the most infuriating boss. But yeah, Donkey Kong Country
This is
2.
Donkey Kong Country 2. And
Yeah,
you can
me-
like, and we have like our series recorded, and it's on YouTube already. But
Yeah, ours took forever to get through. So
I remember watching
We-
you guys play. That was like almost a year ago, wasn't
we
it?
yeah, that was a long time ago already.
I remember watching that.
Like we struggle bust on this bot fight.
yeah, we were like having the worst time ever. We would like just barely keep losing over and over and over. And it's just that little sting on his ass. It's just the hitbox is so weird and small and like doesn't make sense sometimes. And he moves super fast as you go
do.
further.
You have to hit him.
Yeah,
Just
and,
You
like,
have to hit just the tip.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Another
Just the
one. We
tip.
have a theme going.
Yeah. A lot of dick
All the
bosses.
vacant boss fights.
There's a lot
Yeah,
of dick
fuck-
bosses.
Oh,
but
man.
even before me and Winter playing this, I've always hated this one. Like even since a kid, like I would usually rage quit by this point.
Oh, you have to
Excuse
get it
me.
pixel perfect.
Yeah, and like he moves really fast after you hit him like 4 or 5 times, and it's like a 7 or 8 hit fight, which is not very standard for these types of games. Usually it's like 3 or 4,
Yeah.
but you got to go like 8 hits, and it's like when the 5th hit comes around, you're like, oh fuck, how am I supposed to hit him now? Like yeah, and then he turns into smaller fuckers, and like it's like second phase, even though it's kind of easy, but
Oh, that would suck.
yeah, he becomes that, and then he comes at you like again and again and again. It's like your fight, but a lot shorter. But it's just so many phases in a short amount of time. And if you're not ready for it, the speed of the motherfucker will get you before you can get him.
So
And yeah,
I will say, like, what the game wanted you to do with this boss, super easy to understand. You just like almost immediately get it, but the actual execution of the boss was garbage.
yeah, it would have been like if they gave it a more like generous hitbox, I would have been a little more okay with it. And it was mainly the small window you had. It was so ridiculously small.
You have.
Oh man. Okay.
You have just a
Yeah.
few hits of health.
So that is DKC2's worst boss about halfway through the game or so. And yeah, beware of that boss. King Zing isn't nothing to fuck with. But now we got one of my favorites, Creepy Crow. This motherfucker is a refight of an old boss that you actually in the first world of this game, but he dies and becomes a ghost, and then he comes back for revenge. He's got his little ghost buddy vultures coming in and attack you, and then once you get the real vulture to come around, you kill it, he gets you a barrel, and then you throw it at his ass. And don't ask me why you can hit a ghost with the barrel. I don't know, but it works. And then you climb up and like do some crazy shit, like by dodging his eggs that he's throwing down, and like you got a hardcore parkour up the fucking ropes and dodge it. It's super cool, and like if you get it down really well, it's like super satisfying and smooth. That's what I like about it. It just like feels.
I think if I remember right, I like beat the boss, but it took a hit at the same time, so it didn't count.
I believe that. Yeah, I think that might have happened.
I think it's on our series.
Yeah.
I was so fucking pissed.
It looks so much like the first game, like graphically.
Oh yeah, all three look pretty much similar. But yeah, then you get to this point where it gets a lot harder to dodge everything because they start coming from the left side and right side and up and down everywhere. And like, look at this guy struggling trying to figure out how to get around it.
He's doing a good job though, a lot better than we did.
Yeah. So he gets through, and then this is I think the final area where you can kill him finally.
Yeah.
The top of the crow's nest here, which I also like is his like perch pretty much. And he throws a couple extra ones to throw you off. Boom. And he is gone, blown up from this world, finally put to rest.
Beautiful boss.
But yeah, Creepy Crow, super fun if you know what you're doing. You could just like bob and weave through all the eggs and just feel
That's
like
what
you're
I'm talking
fucking
about. It was a minute.
super fun.
Okay.
That was much better than 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Alright, let me see if I can find a fight here. Okay. So, do you need my link, Charles?
Do I need? I haven't been showing them on my side. I've been directing people to you.
Okay. So, my worst fight, my number 5 worst fight, comes from Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. It comes from the expansion Soul's Theme. So Soul's Theme is Nord based. So it's in the winter. It's way up in the north. And the final boss was called Hersine. I think that's how you pronounce his name.
Oh, Hersine, I know about that fucker.
And this guy is supposed to be the final boss.
Oh no.
Right.
It looks
so here
rough
he
already.
comes.
Oh my
Fighting
god,
him
he's a
up.
big boy.
Kicking his ass and everything like that. Right. So that's about the aspect of that. I mean, now he's getting up to come up to fight Hersine. Now,
Oh, that wasn't Hersine?
no. That was not Hersine. Hersine is coming up here. So
That was it scene.
So my aspect, like when I was fighting this boss, I was like, you never give your opponent the opportunity to only fight a part of your power. Like if you're gonna fight them, give them all of your power so you can just downright annihilate them. When you come up to this boss, he picks one of 3 aspects to take to fight you. So it's like strength, speed, or guile, which is the ability, which is agility. Sorry, I sneezed. So he lets
I'm
you
gonna spit out my water.
He lets you pick which aspect you want to fight.
Interesting.
So we'll just move on a little bit here.
Which game was this again?
This is Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. But this is the Soul's Theme expansion. So you can see,
Gotcha.
takes a few hits. Takes a few hits to kill him. Final boss already dead.
Sweet.
What?
Now, you might be wondering why he is the ranked top 5 worst for me. So let me go grab the video.
Yeah, that wasn't.
I think I know what you're talking about. I remember seeing something very ridiculous
Okay.
about.
So here is this video. So this is from my channel. And this is where I was complaining about it. So I was showing off this ebony arrow of slaying, to where if successful, damages opponent's health by 5,000 points. So I chose the aspect of strength to fight him. He's talking, doing his big old speech, transforms. I jump back a little bit, ready an arrow, and he's dead.
It's like shooting a hunter in the back in Halo 1 with a pistol.
This whole time.
So
He did.
that's the reason why he's ranked number 5 on my list. And I think so my favorite bot, number 5, Trows will appreciate this one. Trows will greatly appreciate this one.
Mad Jack.
Mad Jack from Donkey Kong 64.
You know, I chose all of my games to be the same game with the loved and hated boss from that same game.
No, I didn't. Because there was bosses like in Morrowind. There wasn't any boss that I really enjoyed fighting in Morrowind. Like all the bosses were just fucking garbage. To tell you the honest truth. Just Hercene deserved the top 5 spot because I fucking one-shot him with a dumb arrow. But like here with Donkey Kong 64, like Mad Jack is just like, he's probably one of the coolest bosses that you could have ever come up with. That you're fighting a fucking Jack in the Box.
And he looks fucking crazy too. And he has like the craziest laugh too. I have him featured in one of my songs, by the way.
You do. In his in Trousers' spooky song, he is featured at the start.
Yep, Poltergeist Manor. He's the creepy laugh. But yeah, he's got a fun.
His song is so good too. Like I absolutely love his song.
That one.
Yeah, that one. That's a good
platforming
song.
makes me nervous. The platforming makes me nervous.
It's hard. Like you could fall off. When I was younger, I'd fall off a lot playing this.
I complain about platforming, but I think 2D platforming for me is easier. Because sometimes the
definitely.
depth perception in this era, especially, like you can't tell where you're gonna land.
Yeah, for sure.
He eventually gets harder. Like the platform that has the switch won't light up anymore. And then you can see that platform didn't light up like it normally does.
Yeah, I like that about it. Like just slowly but surely gets harder.
And then he eventually like fucking turns invisible. I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't
wild.
want to fight an invisible Jack in the Box.
I can't tell you how long I got stuck on him as a kid because of the invisible phase.
Just look how cool
I think this is it right
though.
here.
Yeah. So now he's invisible. But you can still see where he's at. Like
Sparklies.
Yeah.
I think if they didn't have the sparkles, like that would have just made it terrifying.
Yep, I was about to say if they just you can see the panels light up, but you don't see the sparks.
Yeah.
I think that should have been
would've
like
been
your
great.
only indicator that the sparkles. Oh
Love
yeah,
Magic.
good old Mad
Top.
Jack.
I think he's the coolest looking boss in DK64 as well.
He is the best boss.
Love him.
So those are my top. Those are my number 5 spots.
Those are pretty good spots.
And we'll move the
Alright.
we'll move the dealer chip back to Slight.
Sweet. Well, let me send you another one. This one's not super bad, but definitely deserving of number 4. So originally, we're gonna go to Metal Gear Solid.
Oh.
When I was, it's like my favoriteest franchise of all time. It's especially when I was
Favorite
younger.
is
Yeah. Oh, it's higher than favorite. Favorite is just. So there's the link. It's the first time you encounter Sniper Wolf. Obviously now, I've played it like a million times. It's not difficult, but when you're first going through it, I remember, you know, you're watching this cutscene. She's going to get shot. You got to save the girl, but it's a trap. So the reason I don't like her is because you have to literally go. You have to leave. You have to go all the way back, really far back in the game. Suddenly the game becomes a Metroidvania. All of a sudden you have to go back, find, you know, the place that has the sniper rifle, get the sniper rifle, unlock it, and come all the way back here again. And by then, it's taken so long, she's already gone, and then you just have to... And it's a freaking PS1, so it's not like it's a really good shooter. So when you aim down the scopes, it's all wonky and stuff.
We need to rewind for a second. I need to rewind. Look at her neck. Like... God dang.
It reminded me of this funny cartoon that makes fun of Metal Gear. It's like Meryl's like, look at my ass, that'll be important later. He's like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it really was. We can go on all day about Metal Gear and how the crazy things he did, but yeah, so I would say this is like just a stupid boss fight, because by the time you've run all the way back, and you take like forever. You go back, you grab the thing, you come back here, and all you have to do is just aim down that corridor. But she's really fast, right? So you have to hurry up and aim. And she runs back and forth. And you also have to take I'll wait for the video to catch up. You have to take, like, I forget what it's called, diazepam or something. It keeps Snake's aim steady.
Mm.
And again, this is a PS1.
I don't think diazepam does that.
Pentazamine or diazepam. Those are the two you have to take in the game. There's two different ones for each game. I forget which one it is, but yeah, that's for some reason what you do.
Like, you know, I'm the legal pill pusher, and I don't remember what the fuck diazepam does.
There's two of them. One of them's in this game, one of them's in another. Like, at some point, it switches to a different name, but those are the pills that, like, you have to take for some reason. And
not Tylenol?
No. Yeah, no.
There's some Norco up in this bitch.
Yeah, definitely fast forward. Metal Gear's notorious for talking and talking and talking. Look at this. So now you're running back. You gotta run all the way back through here.
That is diazepam.
Yeah. So I think in part 2 it switches to pentazamine, but there's the same
Phantasmine.
thing. Phantasmagoria.
Like,
Go through this
good game, by the way.
section.
Like,
Oh yeah, it's one of my favorite all time, for sure. I was
Snake!
11 when I first played this. That's probably part of my issue. Everyone else is playing Final Fantasy and stuff. I'm sitting there playing Metal Gear at 11 years old. Yeah, and then he's just got to go all the way back. Of course, he got spotted. So it's just all the little things you have to do. You're thinking like, oh my god, what's going to happen? Because this game's all about the story. You get sucked in and you just gotta find out what happens next, but you gotta deal with all this BS.
I think that's one of the things I couldn't like about Metal Gear Solid is the sneaking aspect.
Yeah.
I want to get in there and blow shit up. Like,
so from what I understand, Kojima with the very first game in '87 was like his whole thing was he wanted to be like a movie director. He liked Hollywood movies, but he couldn't get that job, so he got a job making games, and that's how they are so cinematic. See what I mean? She's quick. You gotta sit there and aim with this wonky control scheme.
Gray Fox?
Yeah. Now he's all shaky, so he's gonna take some of that.
that's a fucking headshot. She should be dead.
Right? So now it's easy. So long as he doesn't miss. Oh, she's gonna shoot. Oh, he got her. Millisecond to spare.
She's hiding.
And then once you get shot, you're completely like facing the wrong way. It just messes everything up. You gotta come back. So that's what he did. He made them cinematic, and I guess from what I understand, the first game, he was so focused on everything else that he was like, oh yeah, I should probably make the gameplay part of this. And it wasn't a very good action game. He didn't have very good action mechanics, so they just decided to turn it into a stealth game, and it's been that way ever since.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, Metal Gear's never been a great game, personally, to me. It's always been more about the story. Like, the game itself is okay.
Well, she's fucking dead now.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
dead.
Well, that was the first round with her.
Let's snipe off.
Oh, there's more to her?
Later on, but I know a way to cheese it so it's not so difficult.
Well, okay. Well.
It's in a snowfield, and I just hide behind this hill, and I use a Nikita missile, remote control it all the way to where she's at.
Eat missile, bitch!
Yeah.
Alright, so what about your number 4 best?
Let me see. We're gonna have to actually go with another sniping battle
Oh, another sniper battle, huh?
from the same franchise, just by chance.
Ooh.
I was all changing this list now that I know what to do all the way through.
Mhm.
There we go. Okay, bingo. This one's kind of in between. Like, I like them. It's fun. I like the game, of course, but some of it, for some people, is very, very annoying.
Tekken?
No, this is Metal Gear Solid. We're moving forward. That was the
Okay,
guy's video intro. Like,
This is part 3, which is actually a prequel, and this is supposed to be. It's another sniper, but this guy's like supposed to be 120, and he's just ancient, right? And he doesn't die because apparently the forest keeps him alive. I don't know. Metal Gear kind of took a turn, but the dude is super stealthy, right? So it's kind of fun, depending on what kind of game you like. But you have different areas. You have Area A, Area B, Area C, and you have to figure out where he's at. And it's literally a sniper showdown. So he's pretty good. The only way you can find it, there's several ways. Like, you can use a directional microphone and just kind of slowly move it around like 360 degrees, and just until you hear him breathing or something, or snoring because he falls asleep. And, which is why it's so insulting when you get killed. It's like, oh man, this 120-year-old guy taking a nap just killed me. So yeah, you just got to look for him like that, or you got to see maybe his footprints. Metal Gear 3 was very, very detailed.
the fuck was with his eye?
He's like half dead, dude. He does crazy things.
It's like, sorry, my lazy
At
eye
this
kicked
point-
up.
Yeah, at this point, Metal Gear's gotten so kind of strange with the supernatural stuff, you don't even question it anymore. So now you're gonna have a 5,000-hour conversation about how to kill him. But
But we don't have time for that.
yeah, we're just gonna skip ahead. So there, see, it says Sacramento South. So you just run around till you find the guy. We'll see how this person does it. You can look for footprints. You can listen for the breathing. You can also look around if you get lucky and see like the flash, right? The light hitting his scope. And if he's not here, you go to the next area, which I think he's about to do. It's a pretty lengthy boss fight, and there's obviously, being Metal Gear, you've got multiple ways to fight him. You can kill him, take his HP down, or you can use like tranquilizer guns, which I never do. But if you kill the bosses with tranks, you get like you get their outfit and their abilities afterwards, which is kind of cool.
Trank their shit.
Yeah, notice how nobody shot each other yet. It's a long one. It's like an in-between for me, It's like I don't know if I like it. You have to be.
This
in
is
the mood
on
for it.
GameCube, right?
No, this one's PS2.
Oh, okay. It looked kind of like a GameCube game to me as well.
Yeah, it does a little bit. This guy's having bad luck.
I can
He's
understand
definitely
why
gonna
the
be
old
in this
man
spot.
fell asleep.
Here he is. Here he is. You can get lucky. I think he spotted him. You get lucky, and he hides in those bushes. And if you have like a shotgun, You can just blast him real quick. Take down a chunk of his health.
Yeah, there he is.
The old man wakes up. There he is. He wakes up randomly if he hears you, and he'll like throw a flash grenade and run away. What are you doing? Oh, he's making it all dramatic. I would have already shot him and ran away by now. Oh, Easter eggs.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, see, I learned something new. That's the thing with MGS. There's always some random Easter egg that you never knew about. Look at that. He got his uniform. This whole time, guys. This whole time. Just make the old dead man wiggle. And you're good to go.
Wiggling his booty.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just kind of. He's really taking his time, but he's not super difficult. I had fun playing, especially because this whole game, it's like if you break your leg, you can just splint it and use your med packs and stuff. But it also had a feature where if you just turned off the PlayStation for a certain amount of hours, he would heal, just based off of real time.
Interesting.
Yeah. See, now he found his footprints. This whole game's a trip, man. This is the first Metal Gear where I think the gameplay was actually really cool, as opposed to it just being a cool story.
Yeah.
This was like peak Metal Gear before it kind of started going downhill.
Peak Metal Gear.
Colonel. Wiggle, wiggle.
The clap of my ass cheeks is alerting the guards.
That's my favorite. I couldn't believe when you first told me that. I was like, wait a minute. That's... They say that? What? It opened up a whole new world.
So it's like a whole new Wait, that was Kingdom Hearts. Never mind.
Also, little funny thing about this guy. So earlier on in the game, there's a little cutscene, pretty short. There's Ocelot, all these people there, and then you see for a split second, if you use your binoculars, or if you're smart enough to get a sniper rifle early in a secret area, you can actually zoom in right after the cutscene, right when they're pushing the old man away with a wheelchair. You can shoot him, and if you hit him, he blows up for some reason. The bosses explode when you beat him, and he dies. And then you can skip this whole thing, this whole boss fight.
You know, I didn't realize that in this video, like, the guy is spelling out his name in the entire video. So you'll see just random letters.
I was wondering what that was all about. I'm like, get out of here.
I was paying attention. He's
I don't
spelling
really
out
like
his
that
name the whole video.
Wow. Creative.
So yeah,
Not
that
really.
that was kind of a cool feature, is the fact that you can actually kill him earlier in the game, and then that way when you get to this part later on, you don't have to even do any of this. You just run through it.
Huh.
They replace him with like 4 soldiers. It's not really difficult. You just beat him up.
Is that the A or is that the N?
Okay.
I think that's the A in his name.
We've got like a hidden cipher in this video. Bonus material.
I already figured it out. Where's my money?
Send him a message.
Oh, he's dead.
Yeah.
Dead as fuck.
It's funny because he's got all these age spots and he's just like, he's decrepit. But then as soon as you're getting ready to fight him, he calls on the power of the freaking forest, and like he's about to age here more than he already. There he goes. Also, that damn bird causes a lot of problems. It spots you and it's like, here he is, here he is. Like, get out of here, bird. You know what his name is? The End.
Oh.
Kojima is not great at coming up with names.
Sure
The
ain't.
Fear, The End. I think in one of the old retro ones, there was a boss named Machine Gun Kid.
His dentures just fly out. What the fuck? And he blows up.
Yeah, he blows up. And there's really... there's probably an explanation, but I've forgotten. It deep in the codec conversations.
There's the N.
Yeah.
Dead.
So it's like a hit and miss for me. That could sort of almost be one that I dislike, but I think once you've played it the first time, you're like, oh, this is not bad. This guy actually took longer than I would have.
I mean,
I'm calling him out.
I think he was like, yeah, call him out.
He was just
Like,
messing
fuck
around.
you, your time and your time management and your little decrypted message.
Though, I did appreciate how he did the little wiggle. I didn't know about that. You can get the outfit that way.
Well, now you know. Now you're gonna have to go get it.
Yep.
So,
Alright.
so get some
My
good
turn
Metal Gear
again?
Solids. Yeah.
Alright, here we go. This game is Banjo Tooie.
Oh.
Here.
Going a little banjo.
That's my hated.
Yeah. Okay. All right, here
And
we
this
go.
is my loved one right here. Alright, this guy's named Lord Wu Fak Fak. And fun fact, his name is because someone in the Rare studio back in the day would like, when they would be coding and doing stuff for the games, if he would fuck up, he'd go Fak Fak. And then if he did something good, he'd be like Woo. So they called this guy Lord Wu Fak Fak,
Nice.
which is a fun little story about the name. And the thing that I hate about him is he's a swimming boss fight. And let me tell you, swimming in this game isn't the best. It's cool, but it's not like this whole world's made of water, so you kind of just get sick of it by the end. And then you fight this fish boss in here, and he's super slow, and you're super small and tiny, so it's like feels like you're going slow in the water. And you have to like blast these like,
Fine on that thing.
and you have to like blast these pustules, like these sores on his fucking body, and he starts bleeding. Like you see blood. It's fucking crazy. But there is an easy way to fight this boss. If you get the submarine ability to turn into a submarine, and you could swim into this boss fight with the submarine and just easily beat him. But I would never do that.
Me precious
Because-
boils.
Precious boy.
Fucking gross.
But yeah, he's just annoying because he takes so long to just. He goes back and forth, hits you with the electricity, and you have to just pray that your grenade pegs hit. And it's a huge slog. I think there's like how many? It's like several boils you gotta fucking shoot off.
Nasty dude.
And then he goes like when he gets hit. Like it's gross. I don't recommend this boss without like if you can get the submarine, I'd say do it. I never do because I'm stubborn, and I always forget where the submarine ability is at, so I just kind of forget about it, you know.
That's fair.
But I usually just go in here and do it the hard way, but even then with the submarine, it's not much better. It's just faster, you know.
Yeah. So now is he
Shoot the
dead?
boils.
Is he dead at that point?
Uh,
No, he's sure not.
I think he goes. I think he does a second. Oh, you open his eyes and then you gotta shoot his fucking eyes, and that's like a hard target because they're small and they're right in front of his face, and he's always moving forward. So you usually get bopped, and then it spins you out and like ruins your aim.
So what the
I hate
heck's
that
with the
too.
timer
Oh,
at
man.
the top?
That is a boss rush. They're going into boss rush mode,
Why would somebody do that willingly?
or like just to like do the boss fight and see how fast they can do it.
Oh man.
There's a mode for that, so I guess that's what they're doing.
I mean, speedrunners, I guess.
Oh.
Yeah, but yeah,
Masochists.
tangled bubbles, all and electricity flying at you. And it's really annoying to aim too. Like the aiming is shit in this game. So bad. I hate the aiming in this game. See, now you gotta swim away again, and then swim back around, get angled. Hope for the best. Look at how hard it's to just hit him. He's just missing shot after shot. If you miss
Nice.
enough shots, then you gotta go to the corners and get more ammo.
Oh
At least there's
man.
no breath meter.
Yeah, you get lucky because Mumbo oxygen, whatever the fuck, the water. One more hit to the eyes. There it is.
I forget what
Fucking
those things are
dead.
called. Like the
He
actual
just and then he just flips over like a real dead fish.
anglerfish, I think.
Curses. Belly up.
Jeez.
Undignified end.
Good lord.
Not a fun one.
No.
Definitely my least favorite.
Now we got your favorite one.
Oh yeah, this is a double Chili Billy, Chili Willy fight. I love their names because they both mean chili can both mean hot and cold, and they're both dragons that live in an ice world and a fire world. And they ask you, did you bring your pizza or some shit? Like they get mad at you for not being the pizza delivery boy. And it's just got some banging ass music. I love the music in this boss fight. Super bombastic. They both have the same song, but their atmospheres are very different. One's ice, one's fire. Like this was the magma, and you kind of do the same thing for the boss fight, but you use different egg types. Like this is use the ice eggs to hurt the fire guy, and then the ice you use the fire eggs. He just whips, yeah. And then here in this phase, he just whips his tongue out, and you gotta jump over it. I usually tend to run around in a circle, but this guy's doing it this way.
Very like Spyro graphics, this era. I loved this era of games.
Oh yeah.
And I think when they came out, we thought it was the best graphics ever.
Yeah, dude, I was so excited to play these types of things. Like, this is amazing.
Fuck yeah, dude. When I first laid my eyes on the 64, man, oh my god, my mind exploded.
Yeah. That was probably one of my all-time favorite just eras in general. I like that console.
95 to 2001, I feel are like really good years. But yeah, this fight is it's simple, but I just love the atmosphere it provides. I love dragons. I love the song, everything about it's really cool. And you fight twin brothers. Chili Billy, Chili Willy, fuck them up. You don't give him a spicy anchovy, and then you go try to deliver the cold pineapple. I don't remember what it was. I don't know what pizza he. Oh my god! And then the little body. Look at that cute little fucking body.
Yeah. And he's flying somehow with those little
He's got
wings.
little paws, dude. He's got toe beans. What more to love? What more not to love about this guy? You know, got toe beans.
It's like a bumblebee with a long ass neck.
And then we meet Chili Willy, which has a questionable name, but you know, he's got. I think I might like him better just because I don't know, blue's a really cool color. Pun intended. Wanting pizza too? Yes, please. I ordered an anchovy deluxe. Yeah, I knew it was someone with anchovies. He wants his anchovies, man. Same deal
Too
here,
bad.
but this time you use fire eggs and it hurts instead of ice. So nothing too different. I don't think it gets any harder either. I think it's just the same fight. But yeah, really cute to have the brothers be opposite dragons and have similar name schemes. And also dragon toe beans for the win.
Right? Oh, he got hit.
Damn.
What a
The
freaking scrub.
no hit run spoiled.
That's it. Fire.
Ah, fired, get it? Ha.
Yep.
What's funny about
Oh,
this? What's funny about this boss is I don't really care too much for the world, the Hellfire Peaks. It's a little difficult to get around, but I do love the boss fights, which makes it more fun. This is one of the first times a rare game I think did this, where it was like two bosses in one area, and they're both like the same kind of.
Yeah, one red, one blue.
Oh.
In DK64, they had the same boss, but in different worlds, so. Stop it, I don't want pizza anymore. He's tired of it. I'll take takeout instead. That's the same thing, dude. Isn't it? Let's see the blue toe beans now.
What's that? Oh, puzzle piece.
The jiggies.
Very important. Yep.
The toe beans. There he goes. This abnormally large head and neck. So that was my fourth favorite.
With the small body.
Yeah. All right, Winter, it's up. Now you next. Ooh.
Oh. Give me 30 seconds. I'll be right back.
All right.
I guess we could pause, huh?
Yeah.
Now.
Just 3 moments.
Oh, I need to restart the True's music.
Oh, yeah. I have mine all on the shuffle, or not the shuffle, but the repeat.
I thought I did too, but I guess I didn't. Oh. Sorry, Trouse. I'm a bad friend.
By the way, guys, in chat, my album is currently at 940 listens as of now on Spotify, and 803 on YouTube.
Wow.
So we're almost at 1,000 for each website. So if you guys want to help reach that number, just fucking play it in the background or whatever, or just whatever you want to do with it. Just you can have it on mute. If you want.
All right. Are we good?
We are good.
Okay. So, my number 4 hated boss. So, comes from the Legend of Zelda series.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, Nintendo has always come up with some really good bosses. And if we learned, I'm going to take this from Screw Attack. If they did anything cool when it comes to using the elements of ice and fire, Twinrova was a really good take on the fight. They gave you a very good aspect on using ice to fight fire and vice versa. However, in Spirit Tracks, you have this little fucker who tries to use the same aspect. So your weapon in this game was, or your weapon in this fight, in this dungeon was the boomerang. So now we have a very, as I say, overinflated Stitch.
Oh god.
Yeah, it does.
Oh man, inflation.
This fight was probably one of the absolute most boring fights that I've ever had to deal with when it came to using fire to fight ice, and vice versa.
So different.
Don't get me wrong, Spirit Tracks, I love Spirit Tracks. When it came to Phantom Hourglass, I fucking hated that game. Could not do it.
This looks kind of easy, honestly. Just like trace the path and bam, trace the path, bam.
It really is. But, like, it's just the whole concept of using ice to fight fire, fire to fight ice.
Yeah.
It
just
demented
made...
Stitch.
And it
like
really
how
does look like a demented Stitch.
I like how I did the Hellfire Peaks as my favorite with the ice and fire, and now you're like, this is my worst with ice and fire.
Well, it's Zelda, man. Like, of course, I only have experience with the first two. Which one is this?
This is Spirit Tracks.
It's a DS one.
Yeah, it's a DS game.
It's definitely interesting looking.
Yeah, too, but like, I I will say that I loved Spirit Tracks. I loved the game. I loved the boss fights, except for this fucker. The final boss fight in Spirit Tracks, I just absolutely adored. I had a blast with it. These guys were just not fun. These guys were boring as fuck. Like, you're literally sitting there just waiting.
Wait, throw, wait, throw, wait, throw.
Mm-hmm. At least with Twin Rova, you didn't have to fucking wait. She just like already on the next platform, getting ready to shoot her shit at you.
Aiming her butthole right at you.
I mean, this guy, he just looks like he just like fucking had like lactose intolerance and just started blowing up like fucking Violet off of Willy Wonka. Look at him.
He's turning into a spicy meatball.
It's like, quick, we gotta take him to the juicing room.
Definitely kind of tedious, huh?
He really was.
He's
One of the worst fights I've ever had to deal with. Now, my number 4 favorite boss fight comes from Yooka-Laylee.
Oh.
Yooka-Laylee was probably one of my absolute favorite games. Like, somebody in Discord asked, what would be your favorite games? Yooka-Laylee had to be one of those 3 that had to go on there. So this guy is known as the Great Rampo.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I think mainly just his voice lines and his
And he's a stone bloke apparently.
You said this is one of your favorite games?
It's one of my favorite games, and this is one of my favorite bosses from the game.
Oh.
It's like he tried to go up to him and he's like, I'm not interested in your window salesman sales. Great Rampo knows a hustle when he reads it. The fight itself is pretty linear, but he also makes a comeback in the second one, in the second Yooka-Laylee, but he was just like mainly a side character, just hiding he was hiding one of those secret elixirs. And you have to like break his teeth like you do here. And he just like kind of goes off about how his doesn't have enough money for dental records or dental repairs as you're breaking his teeth.
His prize-winning smile.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's cool. I have
Multi-pass.
this game actually. I own it. I was just looking through my library today, and I literally just saw this game and didn't know what it was, and now I do.
It's so people declared it. People wanted it to be Banjo-Kazooie's successor. And that's not how you should look at this game. You should look at this game as you would like any other game. Like, it's a brand new game. It's on its own game. Because I don't think anything will ever beat Banjo-Kazooie for people.
Yeah, it's hard to when I played it, I was comparing it to Banjo and I still enjoyed it. I still liked all of what I saw, but I could see why other people would be disappointed because they're comparing it too much to that, but I saw it too in its own merits,
Well,
And
maybe I'll like it since I haven't played either one.
I think another thing that like really pissed people off was that one of the Game Grumps was supposed to star in it, but I think he said something like very controversial or something like that. I don't know what happened. If it was
JonTron.
Yeah, I don't know if it was
JonTron.
that he said something controversial and they just like nixed him.
Yeah, they were. That was in the midst of some crazy shit, but yeah.
Yeah. So he was a very good comic relief character for me. So he deserved a spot.
There you go. Just macking his eye.
That looked
All
pretty
right.
cool. And I'm gonna have to play that.
Yeah. You'll have to let me know when you start it.
That would have to be sooner than I probably can.
Now that you're done with that garbage Zelda.
Oh my gosh, dude. Bubsy and Zelda and Hollow Knight are on my most tilted playlist. All
Alright,
the
well-
games that piss me off the most.
Chips back to you.
Okay. This is a boss
Biles.
that
You're
I was
hate.
like, especially the first playthrough, man. Oh man, it was hard.
So,
This is
boss
another
that you
franchise
hated,
that-
huh?
Absolutely, I absolutely like this. This is one of my favorite franchises too.
Oh, God, this is
Pretty
from like
close.
the original PlayStation, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think it has to do with just the scale of everything. I'd never seen anything like it, where you just sometimes the camera just kind of starts to pan out when you're running across a chasm or something, and you realize how tiny you are, and you spend the whole game trying to get that box that he's holding, and now this guy's, he is a large man.
I want those shoulder
Kind of-
plates of his.
It's the size of like a building. But that was just super sweaty. It's definitely the hardest, I think, moment in the game, which makes sense because it's the final boss. This is the only lame part here. You spend all the game trying to find Pandora's box, and that's going to give you the power you need to defeat a god. And what does it do? Just that.
Makes you a big boy.
Just
Yep.
make you slightly bigger than average.
Yep. Like, okay, whatever. Let's kung fu fight. And man, I was stuck on this guy for a long time. Not the first phase, but it's the second phase that really gets me.
What's his name again?
Ares. He's the god of war.
Oh, Ares. Yeah.
The God of War.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah, he's-
game title.
He's the actual god of war. Till you take the mantle for yourself.
Oh shit! Nope, I'm not playing that fight.
He turned into Spider.
So the reason why I really, really dislike this one is I'm like, oh, this is cool, no big deal. You got a big ass sword. It's not hard. It's not hard. At this point in the game, you know all the buttons, you know all the combos. You've mastered it. You're ready for this fight. But it's the next phase that gets really irritating. This should be a pretty quick one.
He's like an upside down spider.
Yeah, look, he's using all his magic. He's got everything maxed out. You've got like demon magic you got from Hades now. That's what that is.
It's like,
And they're all just swarming around him. Look at his health bar. You are just destroying him, feeling confident. Everything's good so far.
Bringing the power of Zeus out there.
Freaking fatality is coming.
That's
Yeah, that's kind of annoying. You just gotta dodge roll a lot. No big deal. Just keep dodging. And
broke his
finish him.
combo.
oh no, there you go again. Yeah. I used to play God of War so much though that I was like trying to play. They have the little arenas and stuff to do challenges. I would do those on like the hardest difficulty.
Mhm.
That was before I decided I don't like sweaty gaming. I did back then. Now I'm like, screw it. I'm not doing that again.
I know that feeling.
And the finish move. I play all these games, no problem. Now it's like I can't. What? Go away, chat. It's like texting and
Second.
driving, dude. You don't want to look at the chat while you're trying to do something.
Second phase.
Okay, this part blows. So he's like, the only way to break a man is to break his spirit. So, if you're not familiar, he is he's in this predicament because he's like a crazy warmonger general dude, killing everybody. He's getting his ass kicked. He's like, Ares, give me the power to destroy my enemies, and my life will be yours. And so Ares is like giving him all this power. He's destroying people. And in an angry rage, he accidentally busts into this room and slaughters everyone in there. Happens to be his wife and daughter too. And that's the story of God of War. So you're just angry all the time, angry at everybody, angry at the god, killing everybody. And so now he's gonna make him relive that moment. in this cutscene. His kid's there, his wife's there. They're gonna die again, and in this sequence, you have to stop them from dying.
Too bad it doesn't work.
Right. The mechanic is simple. You fight everybody like normal, keep them off of them, and then you just hold circle to give them a hug, and it restores their life. But it's very, very, very difficult. You have to fight a bunch of versions of yourself.
I don't think I can.
It's not all that hard. It's not all that hard. The thing that makes it hard is that there's so many of them. They just keep coming and coming and coming. It's like, get off of me. So at first, it's all good. It's like, okay, whatever. This is kind of weird. But they start to overwhelm you. Unless you're a YouTube.
Unless you're YouTube.
YouTube player. Yeah.
Well, he's not wrong.
I'm all rooting for the bad guys now. Freaking get him!
God, you kicked my ass before. Why aren't you kicking his?
Oh man, I'm gonna have to
This guy's
play
just
this
whooping
on stream
ass.
on
I don't know,
the hardest.
he's like doing a pretty good job at holding them off.
Yeah, he is. So you could. So the thing in this game, you can maximize. You can't maximize everything, but you pick and choose. You get pretty close. So he's obviously got that sword maxed out with that specific spell he uses. I like the lightning one better, but he's doing pretty good. When you get that one maxed out, it's all good. Look at that. Yeah, this part took me forever. And then after this, you have to fight Ares again, but he's even more difficult and goes all out. I would say this part was the hardest.
It's just one of those tedious fights.
It's just one of those
Yeah.
days.
See, now their health is like almost halfway down. He doesn't have time to hug them. You can't really, because then they're just going to hit you from behind. Obviously, if you've got everything maxed out and you're playing it for YouTube, it's not a problem.
If you're
This
YouTube,
guy.
then it's not a problem. You don't need to hug. Hugs are for sissies.
Eat 'em up.
Hugs are for Twitch people.
Oh.
There we
Use
go.
the channel points, give me a hug in chat.
He's not even doing. He's kind of repeating the same moves over and over. It's working for him, but there's all kinds of things you could do. Like you can grab them, just press circle and grab them, and just slam them to the ground, one hit kill. There's all kinds of different types of things you can do. It's like a cinematic beat 'em up. That's what this game is.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I mean, it's essentially all you're doing. Just combos, spamming attacks. It's just a massive arcade game of a grand scale.
Finally got the guy off the ledge there. I was getting pissed about him.
Oh yeah.
You're just watching like, God damn it, get him!
Fucking kill him already!
I mean, you see how they're slowing down at this point. It doesn't matter. Now it's easy. Just a few left trickling. But yeah, if you're not maxed out and you're on your first playthrough, because the thing is, there's a lot of secret areas, and you can get a lot of special orbs to power up, right? You got to collect the red orbs. But if you're just going through it on your first or second try even, you don't know about all the little secrets, so there's a lot of stuff you don't level up. And it can get very difficult. This guy had everything maxed, so it makes it lots easier. Especially if you're playing it on God mode or something, you got to make sure everything's maxed out.
There's probably a guy who has like 500 hours on this game and is like, watches like
I got pretty close. I think God of War 2 is the one that I was like really going all out on.
Damn, just tear him apart.
Yeah, those things are actually attached. They're like, what do you call it? They're burnt onto his flesh.
Oh,
Not
shit.
anymore.
I mean, they're
Not
not
anymore.
anymore.
Yeah, now he's broken. Now he's destroyed. He's all sad. He can't do it anymore. And that's where Ares wanted him. And he's like, okay, that's it. You're dead. And I believe you do not have... That's what makes this last part the most difficult. That's the bridge you crossed to get there, which is now your sword. You actually walked across that thing when you were tiny.
Oh, wow.
Or normal size, I guess.
Don't mind if
So,
I borrow that bridge.
So this sword, everything looks pretty badass. The only catch is you don't have any. Your spirit's broken, right? So you don't have any of your magic. It's just the sword. That's it. You get health by hitting him, and he gains health by hitting you. So just kind of back and forth.
I can already see this as a one-sided battle.
Playing tug of war with health.
Yeah, that's essentially what it is. And it's very hard. Like, you can't... There's certain attacks that you just can't block. You just have to dodge them. And... Nope. I thought they were going to do the thing where they lock up swords. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
I'd love to be
was
able to see
definitely-
like both
I can do
sides.
this no problem now.
There we
I mean,
go.
I say that, but I haven't played it in years. I probably would definitely not struggle like I did the first time, though. Because I know where all the stuff is to upgrade and everything, you know. But when you're first playing it, you're just kind of like 70% upgraded. Because you didn't know where all the secret stuff was. And you were struggling.
Oh,
That's
there it is.
You just beat the game.
Fucking
Dude,
Ares
You just
down.
beat the game.
Ares. Alright, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick before you switch videos.
Okay.
I'm going to find the next video.
Okay.
So that's one that I did not like. Now I gotta find one that,
I can
That's
kind of
always
understand why you didn't like that one.
yeah, it kind of blew.
Low key.
Here's one that I actually enjoyed.
Just to remind everybody that the music that is being played on my side of the stream, it is Trows' album. We're advertising for good old boy Trows. Free to use. You can find him on YouTube and Spotify at DJ Trews. And again, I'd like to thank Sleight of Game for joining us tonight.
Thanks for inviting me on.
Yeah, just for some awesome boss time.
With last minute. So when I was talking to Charles, he's like, at least from what I understood, he's saying it. Go through 5 games. Think of 5 games where you had a boss you hated and a boss you loved. So sometimes I think of a game, right, with those parameters, like, oh well, I didn't love any boss in that game. I'm gonna skip this whole game.
Alright, I'm back.
And see,
Now I know.
I never put
I've
the
been watching the list
restriction.
as we talk.
I put it
now-
because I thought that was the deal. I was confused maybe.
Oh, did you say that? I was taking the blame, thinking I misunderstood it. Either way, now I've been like altering the list as we talk. So I got it. I sent
I'm
you
gonna
the
stick
link.
to what I had anyway.
Yeah, I mean it works either way.
Okay.
So this one is a new one that I added as well. This is one of the ones I liked. Trows will appreciate this, and it's more fun when you have like 4 players, right? You got your
Oh
buddies.
yeah, Castle Crashers.
Yeah, and this one was spoiled for me because I never finished Castle Crashers.
It's not super. It's not like a story-based game, I wouldn't say, but it's a lot of fun. It's just a bunch of. It's definitely arcade. Beat 'em up. At this point, everybody's like 5,000 beers in. We're just having a blast. And we're just
5,000 beers in.
Charles saying stupid stuff. Marty saying stupid stuff. My sister was there. Like This is like early in our digital relationship. We played this a while ago, 2 years ago. Yeah, this was the beginning. I was like, dude, I'm going to stream this game with a famous streamer? That's amazing. And so here we were. It's not much to it. It's difficult, but when there's 4 of you, it's like when you're getting beat up, but you can't stop laughing about it. It's all this stuff. You just have to destroy the gems. This guy's doing it with 2 players, but we had 4. And of course, every character has different types of magic. So we have like I had lightning maxed out, and My attack was just insane, but I also got killed easily. Whereas like Marty, he was all defense. He had no attack, but he's just a tank. So yeah, you just have different abilities. When he's blue like that, what is it, Travis? I think when he's blue, you use magic. Yeah, when he's red, you do physical attacks because the other one doesn't work.
Yeah.
So obviously these guys again know what they're doing, but ignore that.
They ain't YouTubers.
Yeah.
Filthy casuals.
I think it was at this point, right around here, where it was right before this, where I coined the term newbie Mura. That's my
Newbie
enemy.
Mura.
Yep.
Oh man.
This whole game really is. It's hard to pick a boss fight from this. This whole game's awesome.
Yeah.
It's
I'll
for the
play it
sheer
again sometime.
Yeah. Yeah, I've played it a couple times through, but it's definitely more fun when you have like all four of you.
Oh, more inflation.
Here he goes.
Get out the lactose
Inflation.
milk for those
That
intolerant
one's
people.
annoying though. It's like you gotta jump up there. Sometimes you miss.
I remember getting really good at it and just like comboing like bap,
There we
bap,
go.
bap, bap, bap,
Yep,
bap, over and
you
over.
did it. There it is.
Those are the satisfying combos.
Yeah, that's the most satisfying part of this game. Look at you just stay up there for days.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Oh, fake out.
Yeah.
Wow, this guy's got a lot of
Oh, yeah.
phases.
It's
Hey,
yeah.
nothing beats Kingdom Hearts. That's still
These
so
phases
fun.
are phases are kind of fun though, except for this one. This spider
Yeah, this
phase
one's kind of blue.
like he's just sticking the fucking same corner over and over. Whoever's there is like getting their ass handed to them.
I bet you it was intentional. Some sort of
Probably.
strat.
He's got full defense. That's why.
Yeah, he does. Somehow this little skeleton dude is close to death, even though he wasn't getting hit. Yeah, I believe this is the final phase, right? Or has he got one more?
I don't know. I wouldn't be able to tell you.
I think it's final.
I think it is.
What, kitty?
Good
My
old
cat-
cat.
Yeah,
Some
and
cats.
I think in a nutshell, it's just the game in general. I think just the fact that you could play it is just mayhem, right? You're playing with like 3 other people. That's kind of what makes it.
Oh yeah, for sure. It like brings back the
Very
old school like arcadey days back when
Yeah.
you do like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fighting together and shit.
Yeah, that's another good one.
They're just getting corner fucked right there. Oh, there it is.
There it
Dead.
is.
Fatality.
Oh, wait, he's not dead. Hold on.
Oh, you were wrong. I have
No,
all
there
my
is another phase, another ball phase, and then one where he has like a big ass orange sword.
That's right.
This phase is easy though. It's not that bad.
It is. This is just kind of awkward to get up there.
You gotta get that, yeah, like that combo he's doing. Bam, 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 bam.
Yep.
Dick, bam, bam, bam combo. With extra
The big old
fries.
wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go. He's having a stroke, but nope, not quite. He's
Wrong
like, hold on. Got his sword now.
There it is. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I don't know what
Raining
that
fire from the heavens.
did. Yeah, that's good. Good time.
Do a couple wobbly wobblies.
It's just a standalone game.
Yep.
I got it for free. I had to buy the remastered one, but I had this one to just. I don't know. I've had it forever. I don't even know where I got it. Probably one of those free games you get.
Yeah. One of those free games you just get.
Yeah,
I mean, literally everywhere gives free games. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I have so many games that, like, half of them I'm like, what is this? I just have them, you know? It's like the one we were talking about earlier that you liked. Looks pretty cool.
Yooka-Laylee.
Yeah. Those fire bombs from heaven were pretty annoying.
Yeah.
Oh, and
But-
these guys, of course, are pros, but when you die, you get wiped, right? You have to go resuscitate the other person. So
Oh yeah, you kind of do like with the like
yeah,
start pushing down on their chest.
yeah. You have to time the Y button, you know, the compressions to give them the maximum amount of health. And of course, you know, you have to hurry up, get up, because enemies are swarming, and if you get hit, you have to start the whole sequence over. So everybody, pretty much at this point, we were just reviving each other. That's all we were doing.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like it'd be a hard thing to do with this fight. Jesus.
Yeah. It took us a while. I think we had to do it a couple times for sure. And it wasn't as quick as these guys, but you know, everyone's
Oh,
drinking beer. It's late at night. We're just like playing stupid, you know. Took a while.
It's a pretty long boss fight too.
It is.
this phase is hard because he kind of just yeets around and moves around everywhere, so it's hard to even get a couple hits in.
Yeah, that's the thing with those bosses that are just quick. Sometimes they're not super difficult, but they're just quick, and it takes forever because you're lucky to get like
Oh,
a hit in. Was that on their end?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
on
like,
I was so confused. I'm like,
I'm like,
either
it's-
that's my computer, his
no,
video.
I was like, uh-oh.
No, that's it. They got him. Of course, the replayability is pretty high because you can play as different characters, and it's such a simple little playthrough. What is the whole game, Charles? Like 3 hours, 4 hours?
yeah, that 3 or 4 hours.
Pretty much side-scrolling nonsense.
You can get it all done in a crazy Friday night in about 5 hours, 4 hours.
Yeah, that's what we had done.
Sure, we should get together one night.
That'd be fun. I'm always
Yeah.
down for this game.
Yeah, it's a fun game.
Look at this guy, he just
It
heart
looks
attacks.
sweaty, but it's a pretty chill time because you really only have a couple buttons. You're just running around pressing the same two things over and over.
And that's the boss, yeah.
Jeez. Wow.
Man.
Okay, Sir Trues.
My turn again.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna send you my highlighted VOD and what minute mark to go.
Oh, fancy.
This is gonna be from Conquer.
Oh, we have
All
our boy
right.
Trows on the spotlight here.
Around 33 minutes.
Hold on. What's around 33 minute mark?
Yep. And then I'm gonna send you my favorite boss right now.
Okay. Let me see where this is at on my screen. Okay. 1 second, chat, while we adjust. Please wait. Okay. Alright, Trez.
The 33 minutes or so.
Yeah, I'm at 33:19.
Oh wait, hold on. Maybe it was 43. What the hell? Hold on.
Oh my god. Okay.
No, wait. No, never mind. It is around here.
Okay.
I was thinking of the my favorite boss for some reason. I was like, oh wait.
This
Okay, I'm
is
doing
literally around the time I met you when you were playing this game.
This
exact
is
part.
a speed run of Conquer Live and Reloaded that I did. My personal best of 100%, but one of my collectively the Conquer community agrees that this guy right here below us is a piece of shit fucking asshole and the worst motherfucking boss. Like, we're trying to find a way to skip him and we can't. You know? It's terrible. But in Bad Fur Day, the N64 version, you can skip him, but not in this version. So yeah, you get this guy that's hanging on top of there, and you become his friend, and then he allows you to use him to fight this guy. Yeah, and then his buddies are like talking shit to him, like, you fucking check.
I remember all this stuff from your playthrough.
Yeah, this is Frankie the Pitchfork. He becomes your friend for a bit, and then you get to beat this guy. His name's Haybot. And this is Haybot 1, and there's a Haybot 2 fight, but Haybot 1 is the fucking bullshit. That's the part we're focusing on, because that's the part we want to fucking skip so we can get to Haybot 2 without fighting this guy. Because the problem with him is once you hit him once, there's like a straight up 5-second window of invulnerability. So like you'll try and hit him immediately again, but it won't work, and then he'll smack you off, and then gets you stuck in corners, and it's just not a good time. But yeah, so you'll see right now how much of a hard time I have on this, because I felt it was a good example to show. Because I looked on YouTube for this fight, and it was like the whole chapter rather than just this part, you know. So I said, fuck it, I'll just get it from my video, you know.
And that's
yeah,
fine.
okay. Yeah, we jump on here. Go over there, we hit him once in the ass, and then I fucking miss him because he hopped away. That fucking infuriated me. Then you get this cutscene, unskippable cutscenes as well, so this was also bothersome. So yeah, I move away because I know of his fucking bullshit timer of invulnerability, so I move back. And I'm trying to find a good spot to hit him. And he just randomly moves, he's RNG, so like you don't know exactly his pattern. He's just gonna go wherever the fuck he wants. And start moving whenever he wants, and stop moving whenever he wants. See, like I'd missed like twice there. You can see him revealed as more of a robot than an actual haystack. Terminator reference. And then bam, fucking hits me off. That's one of the worst parts. Then you gotta like figure your way back to your dude. And then I'm like, and he's moving a lot faster now too. And then they finally get him. But there's some times where he gets you stuck in a corner and he just keeps slapping you and you can't move and you die. But yeah, that's the most infuriating fight for me right here. And then this part,
Run?
huh?
Is it infuriating also because you're trying to speedrun it?
Oh yeah, especially in the speedrun. It's still shit in the regular version, even if you're doing casually. But hey, we don't have to watch this part. This part's alright. I don't mind this part of the fight. Haybot 1 and Haybot 2 are considered separate. And then my favorite boss, everybody knows this Conquer fucking boss. Boss fight.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
who
the
I
great-
think it is.
The Great Mighty Pooh. Who else would it be, man? Like,
And
he's
I'm
iconic.
going
knew
to
it.
throw my
Knew it.
shit at you.
Iconic boss fight, iconic song that I still love to sing, and even Winter knows the words, you know. And it's just a ridiculous fight against a big old mound of shit. You know, like what else can you ask for?
I still think I love that G Fuel was coming out with a Great Mighty Pooh thing.
It's sold out in like 24 hours, dude.
I still
sucks.
think that for added credit, and I'm probably gonna get a lot of like dislikes from this video for this. I still think that they for added clarification, just had dehydrated corn inside the mixture.
I would have hated that. I'm disliking the video right now, and I'm just kidding. It's not even out yet.
I just uploaded and there's already a dislike. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, preemptive dislikes.
Yep.
Yeah, they did make that drink for G Fuel, which fucking blew my mind. I was like, Conquer G Fuel? And it's corn soda? It was so weird. But I wanted it, I'm not gonna lie. I just didn't fucking have the money at the time, so.
Like, I think it would probably be a cool, like, collector's item, but,
I don't think I'd drink it to enjoy it. I'd try it for curiosity, but after that, I don't know. But yeah, in this boss fight, you essentially throw toilet paper rolls into his fucking mouth, then he chokes, and it's funny. His weakness.
When you were playing it, I was tripping out.
I am the great mighty Pooh. Fucking love it. How about some scat, you little twat? They censor twat in fucking Clark.
Yeah,
and not in this one. In 64, they actually say twat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
But I think,
and
like,
in the...
I did not know there was a 64 game like that.
The Xbox has it censored, though. Which is weird.
Dumb.
It was marketed as like the more adult version.
And you know, I was promised this game as a kid. I was promised this game on Christmas as a kid, and I never got it.
Oh, they figured it out.
I was pissed. And I asked my mom, like, because my mom doesn't care what I play. I asked my mom, I was like, why did I not? Like, I was grateful for everything, like, very grateful, but I was just curious, like, why did I not get this one? And she's like, because you're too young for it.
True.
Never mind the fact that I've played Duke Nukem or anything like that when I was a kid.
Fun fact, when I rented this at Hollywood Video back in the day, I got it to rent it maybe twice. Before, on the third time I tried to rent it again, they decided, even with your mom's permission, you cannot get this game. There's been too many complaints from parents after they gave permission, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, come on. And my mom was even like, I don't care, just let them play. It's like, nope, sorry, we're not allowing it. And I'm like, oh, God. So after the third try, I couldn't get it anymore. That was sad. I never got to play Bad Fur Day very much. I played the shit out of Xbox, though, because I actually owned it when I was a kid. But, yeah, I only got to rent it twice, and I only played it for maybe like 2 weekends, and that was about it. So
that's sad.
I love how the chocolate looks just like Super Mario Kart 64.
Are you sure you're talking about the chocolate, bro?
That's what I'm saying. Is that it looks just like the chocolate? Is what I meant to say from Mario Kart 64.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
The poop.
There's similar textures sometimes, even though they're completely different things.
Got that chocolate. You got that caramel nougat fucking mouth.
It's chocolate. Just not a very good chocolate.
Yeah.
Another fun fact about this fight on Xbox One Series X, the most latest Xbox One, it breaks the fight, it used to break the fight because of how fast the loading was, and it ruined the game pretty much. It would just completely make him just like sway in place to the music, the boom, boom, ba-da-ba-dum, boom, boom, ba-da-da-dum, boom, boom, and he's just like swaying, and he doesn't open his mouth, he doesn't sing, he just sways forever. It's because the game would load so fast that all the information it was trying to process wouldn't get processed correctly, so it would just break it. And we had a speedrunner shouted out Rare on Twitter and got it fixed eventually, like 8 months later. They finally put a patch out for it, but they listened to us. They were like, not only is it bad for speedrunners, but it's bad for casuals as well, because this fight is iconic, and they're gonna get into this fight and like wonder why it's not working, and then drop the game and never get to experience the rest. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
for sure.
we were glad we got that. We got Rare to fix it for us, but yeah, it used to be broken and it would piss us off, and now it works.
Man,
flashbacks to some random game my grandpa had gifted me like a long time ago for the PC. It's called Grossology. And like it's supposed to teach you, but it's like, you know, don't pick your scabs, don't pick your nose, whatever, all kinds of stuff. But like they turned it into really gross mini games.
Man. All right. So we are on to my number third worst.
Let's do it.
I want to thank, Method is to be thanked for this fight. So this comes from World of Warcraft. This came from the Legion expansion. This was the Tomb of Sargeras raid. This is the final boss. His name he goes by the name of Kill Jaden. He was a 3 or 4 phase fight, but he was declared one of the hardest, like the hardest raid finder boss. So when it comes to World of Warcraft, there are 4 difficulties for raids. You have raid finder, you have normal, you have heroic, and you have mythic difficulty.
No.
Raid finder is for those people who don't want to join a guild, who don't want to take the opportunity to form a group to go into the raid. 25 people get picked randomly out of a list and get thrown in the raid. Raid finder is so dumbed down, like a lot of the mechanics can be ignored on most boss fights. This guy could not.
No.
So you guys are seeing the Method, who is this video, they are notorious for taking the world first kills for most mythic bosses in the world. So they usually get the world's first mythic kill. So you get on this little tiny platform, and it all starts out that he starts attacking, but things are going to start coming down. So this Armageddon, the big swirlies, you have to have somebody who has a defensive ability to stop it and soak it. Otherwise, the whole raid just dies instantly. And it's the same thing with the small ones, but you don't need to you don't need to have a defense. The raid and raid finders could not comprehend this. Even when there was no big swirlies, the raid could not comprehend this. It took me, I want to say about 85 raid finders to down this boss.
Jesus.
85 attempts just on raid finder.
Dang. That sounds like a bunch of bullshit.
Oh yeah. And this is just like the mythic. So like he will punt everyone around and there's no wall around the edge. So if you get knocked off, you're fucked.
This guy's like staying on the edge. Or on the other side then.
I'm on the edge of the world as I know it, and I feel fine.
What is this considered? An MMO?
This is this is World of Warcraft. Yeah, it's an MMORPG.
Yeah, and those are exactly the types of games. I'm like, there's just so many things going on. I don't know what I'm looking at anymore.
Yeah,
definitely a heavy learning curve.
So you can see everybody is like trying to scatter to get to those fucking swirlies before, because if it hits, then you're fucked. Like regardless what raid difficulty you're on, if one of those lands and nobody is there to soak it, you're just fucked.
No soakage, you get fucked. That sounds kind of weird when I say it.
And then
oh, you need a giggity sound alert.
So now it's a point where like you have to soak it, but those circles you really cannot like fucking be around people, and then he's gonna start dropping like these meter bombs that everybody has to be under, otherwise you're dead.
Everybody just lining up. All right, guys, next one.
This is why Method usually gets their first kills, because they're so well coordinated. Like, they have an arena team that goes to BlizzCon. They have a dungeon. They have a mythic speedrunning group for mythic dungeons. So they go to the mythic dungeon invitationals.
Wow.
Like, this group is like fucking top notch.
You know why? Because it's on YouTube.
You're right.
Bunch of damn YouTubers, man.
There should be just a YouTube channel that just posts like the shittiest playthroughs, like the worst people struggling. They can't even control the camera.
So they're fighting him. He's still at 80% health And this is how far the fight's been going on.
That's stupid.
So once he comes down and lands, then I think it's a DPS phase. It's where you're just like wrecking him, and then it just goes on. Let's see here. Yeah, so it's just more meteors. And then it gets to be a bullshit phase. Right here. So he runs away, and he hides. And he puts up these shadows that starts to do raid damage. So your goal is to find the demon hunter who's helping you with this, so that he can give you his vision to where you can see in the dark and kill these fuckers before they wipe the raid.
Damn.
So you have to spread out, find the guy, and let everybody know exactly where you're at, so everybody else can find the guy and kill these shadows.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
A lot of garbage.
Now imagine a bunch of just random people who you've never met, who's just playing the game super casually, trying to do this fight.
I'd be one of those guys. Yeah. I'd be the casual guy that's like getting his ass handed to him. Tougher. Everybody's just hating on me. This is why I don't play Smite. I tried Smite for 20 minutes and I'm like, what the hell is this?
So now you're on to the last fight, the last part of the fight, where he spawns these obelisks. These obelisks will start to explode and will start to shoot a green line. And if you're in that line, you're fucked.
Of course.
One hit kill.
One hit kills. It's basically one hit kills. There's more to the fight. I don't remember the rest of the fight, but there's more to this fight, and it's fucking garbage.
You blacked out.
I don't remember what happened, dude. Somehow my Xbox was like not in the same room. I woke up. I don't know what's going on.
So yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
Okay, so here's part of the mythic only fight, because mythic fights will have an extra effect. So there's this orb that's gonna start chasing around a person, and it's gonna blow up, and it's gonna make this big old blotch of lava.
Of course.
This fight's worse than the fucking one you showed off at the start.
Oh my god.
This is bad. This is
so many
bad.
phases.
So it took Method, I don't remember how many attempts it took them to kill Jaden, but this fight on their first success took them 15 minutes.
Damn.
So yeah, it's a big congratulations to them for getting the first kill.
It's an insane fucking boss.
That digital room must have smelled like a freaking locker room. So much sweat.
Okay. Kill Jaden awaited us at the bottom of the tomb on a spaceship, and it took 3 weeks, 2 resets, 654 wipes, and 19 days to get him on the first kill. 654 attempts.
Well, wow. I would... Oh, I can't even. Nope. Next game.
Okay, well we're still staying in
oh man.
We're still staying in World of Warcraft for the best boss.
Oh, maybe it'll make up for it.
Oh, this guy's great. Let me
Best boss. Yeah, dude, I just look at him and he dies.
I mean, that's most bosses now for me. Okay, so this boss, it's in the same expansion. This boss comes from the Nighthold. His name is Trilliax. And the audio for him is just phenomenal. Because he is a waiter or a butler. He's a butler, but he's got 3 different personalities. One wants to see you dead, one is excited to see you dead, and one is a very helpful one.
Well,
so this will be one that I would like to share audio with. But he is a fun fight overall. So puts shit on the ground. Obviously, in most MMOs, you just want to stay out of the shit on the ground. And then he'll start spawning cakes around the room. So you have to decide either if you want to eat just a regular cake or a bad cake.
I want the good one though.
Bad cakes on the ground will start to like hurt everybody if they stay out for too long. So somebody has to eat the bad cake. The good cake, I think, if I remember right, buffs whoever eats it. And then more shit will spawn on the ground. And then he'll start to use his Annihilator Beam, as you can see. And then eventually, after a while, robots will come out and start cleaning up the shit that he leaves on the floor.
He just casually whips out the Devastator, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man, you don't never want the Devastator to be casually whipped out, dude.
I noticed on the bottom left, what is that? The action window, like the stuff we're seeing.
That's the chat window.
Chat window. I noticed that was blurred out on the last video, but on this one it's not. I don't know why.
So most people will blur out, like if you go to like any like Twitch stream or YouTube video, they will blur it out. That's just for common courtesy. For one, to prevent like people from getting bullied, and two, if somebody says something, then that's on you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's questionable things said and whatnot.
I always wondered about that.
Yeah. So if you ever see somebody like hiding their chat on an MMO, that's the reason, because you have the power to stop it.
Right. Yeah. Or even on their Twitch chat in general. They record it.
Like there's nothing that you can do about your Twitch chat. Like if somebody comes in and says some kind of racial slur, then that's one of those things that, okay, well, you're an asshole and you can ban them. But if somebody says something on here, you had that power to stop them.
Interesting.
So it's kind of a dumb thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, let me...
Well, that was way better than the other boss.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to share the audio. Do you guys just want the video to share with, or do you guys want to watch on here?
I can see it on there. I'm actually tuned into both of your guys' streams.
Okay. So I'm going to mute myself. I'm going to let you guys just kind of listen in. I'm going to pause Trousers. And let you guys just listen to this guy.
The master has returned. We must ensure the household is immaculate. That's not the master, imbecile. Unless he managed to claw his way out from under 2 tons of solid stone. Ooh, that would be impressive. Considering I still have his hands in a jar. Please, don't say such things. The master is back and things need to be kept tidy. You're tracking mud everywhere! Did you receive satisfactory service? Have a bite, master! I know it's your favorite. You dare leave crumbs on my floor? Die! Filthy, filthy, filthy! Hold still, master, for incineration! Stop squirming! Makes it hard to stab you. So good to see you, master. How may I sever you? Welcome home, master. May I take your head? Master, is that you? I barely recognized you with your head attached. Can you please die without making such a mess? How dare you track blood across my floor? You look famished, master. Please have some refreshments.
What a thing to
Well
say.
struck, sir. Right in my pain cluster. I'm not sure what I've done, but I'm positive I deserve this beating. Pain is an effective teacher, and I endeavor to learn your lesson, master. Apologies for the mess, master. I shall tidy up immediately.
Yeah.
Well.
So he'll have those like conversations with you in the middle of the boss.
The floor.
He'll have those conversations with you in the middle of the fight. So that's why I think he's like one of my favorite bosses.
That's pretty cool. I like
He's
that.
talking.
The personality
it's
of the
something
boss
different every time.
shines.
Yeah,
It's
so
not
as
like
I
it's
said, there was
double
3
voices.
different personalities in there.
Interesting.
Okay, so those are mine. Back
All
to
right.
you, Slight.
Okay. This boss was awful. I hated it.
Oh, shit. Gotta mute it. Hold up. Okay, we're good.
The interesting part about this is that I actually ended up really, really liking this game.
Everybody loved
it's
this
not-
game.
It's not something I normally would play or something that like I would just, if I weren't streaming, be like, oh, this game looks cool. Like I wouldn't think it looks cool. I would not play it. But I'm glad I did because it got a perfect score. Like I rate the games at the end. Yeah, I mean, I thought the audio, the video, everything, the story, the fact that it's super meta, like all of a sudden you're breaking fourth walls everywhere. But this boss specifically, like the end of the game, and I know there's multiple ways to play it. You can do like pacifist and stuff, and I'm going to play it again at some point, but it's just, I thought, it's like when Luke is telling Yoda, like, you're asking me to do what? That's impossible. Right here, as soon as I see what I'm about to deal with, I almost quit. Like, nope, can't do it.
So this is your worst fight from the game?
Probably, yeah. They were all different degrees of difficult, but it was entertaining though because it was so unique in how you fought bosses. Like I'm not used to seeing stuff like that. This is very weird.
Now, did you play passively or did you go aggressive?
I mostly did passive. I started out the game in the very beginning by killing Toriel, like right away. I thought we were just having a practice fight. I didn't think I was actually killing her, and I can't take it back. So the whole game, I'm upset about that. But I was mostly passive. Like I think the only other thing I killed was I killed the spider boss because I don't like spiders. I didn't care. Yeah, this whole thing right
Jesus
here.
Christ!
Yeah, I'm like, what is this? I can't do this, right? I don't play this kind of stuff. Look, I'm just getting demolished. And your health is just, oh, one more hit. Survives. Of course, you know, there's no way to attack. You just got to go through it. Now, you can avoid touching any of those. You can get yourself a little help right there. And that's how you attack. It's super unique. There's the health. They're not all that easy to grab.
The fucking nukes? Are you serious?
Yeah, dude, it's insane. You know how hard this was?
Crazy face on the screen.
Yeah, I mean, I knew when I saw this. I'm like, oh, Trouse loved this part a bit.
I never got this far.
You never got this far?
No,
Such a
I
great
gave up. I gave up after what's his name when you first get to the castle and fight. What's his fuck?
Oh yeah.
Oh, Sans?
Algora.
Wait, it's not over yet.
Toriel's husband.
Oh, Algor, I think.
Yeah, Algor. I fucking gave
Yeah.
up there. I've seen this played many, many times. I know what happens though, so I've seen this fight.
Really cool. So it was a mix for me. Like I look back on it now and I laugh and I think this is cool, but like when you're playing it, no, it's not. It's terrible.
Terrifying.
Every single thing hits you. There's like hardly any room on the screen to see. This is doable. There's a pattern. It's not like a million nukes covering every single pixel of space. This is just patterns right here. This is good. But there's your health. Of course, you have to do it quick because it's timed. If you don't get enough, now look, he doesn't have full health. That's okay. It's YouTube. He'll win. It's almost inevitable. You're gonna get hit. I noticed though that it's not as much damage as you would take in any other part of the game. It's just very little, but still.
overwhelming.
I think they want to stress you out too, to make you feel like you're about to die any second. This part sucked too. It's
Little
just
ballerina shoes.
so much.
God, this
But
fight.
even if I don't particularly like a game, I will still try to be fair when I rate it. You know, like the impact that it had on gaming culture, the soundtrack and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I didn't see any flaw with this game really. It was perfection. I see why so many people like it now. It's just this
I love
part
the
was
finger
nonsense.
guns. It's gonna finger bang bang.
Jesus.
And the design for this thing, like who came up with this? Get the next one ready. Yeah, and it's super. The parts that I did like about it, like just the game in general, it's very, very. It breaks the fourth wall so much, and because of my love for Metal Gear, I do like that kind of stuff.
Metal Gear.
Breaks the fourth wall, super meta. All of a sudden, it's like, oh yeah, we remember this part that you did in the game, and you should have done this. And then there's twists and turns. Remembers how you played. You know, it changes everything in the story. It's very Matrix. I'm still salty about killing Toriel.
Well, now you're gonna have to play it again and not kill her.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I'm definitely gonna play it again. There's just too much replayability. Like there's other endings, so I have to at least play it a second time. Normally I don't do that with the game on the channel, but sometimes you need to.
Yeah.
Like, it would also be fun to go through it and just kill everybody. Like, what happens when you do that? There's so many different ways you can do it.
Killing
It's a long
everybody is
fight,
pretty much
too.
Yeah, it is.
killing
I
everyone
keep
be like hard
the
mode.
long
though.
ones. Are you noticing a pattern here? Basically, if the fight is longer than 5 minutes, I hate it. I remember dying right around here, and I do the whole damn thing again. Yeah, because it'll start you at the beginning of the whole fight. I think he's done now. Yeah. You can probably skip ahead. You get the gist, but that's pretty much it. It's just so much nonsense. Like that stuff. That's the kind of stuff that just drove me crazy. Let's see, I gotta pull up one I liked.
It's like a fucking Japanese shooter is what it is.
Yeah. And it's like those arcade games where you have the plane just
Yeah.
dodging all this stuff.
You have to figure out where the hell every like little tiny ass pixel is, just so you can do damage.
Yep. So my stepdad's uncle was one of the lead devs on Pong, and I guess what happened was that, you know, from his generation, my dad's always just playing arcade games growing up, right? So he likes that kind of hardcore, sweaty, you know, action. Like, nope. Give me a good story. Screw all of that. I want to dislocate my thumbs for this. I think what happened is, as a kid, you know, like all of us, we had Sonic and Golden Axe and Mario and just all these very difficult games. But then I kept going, you know, I got a PlayStation 1 and I just kept, as games got easier and more cinematic, I went that direction. And so now looking back, I've forgotten how to get good.
Yeah.
But like with anything, you practice it enough, all of a sudden you'd be posting it on YouTube.
Jeez.
Crazy that he was just lasering him and killing him over and over and reloading the save file like pew 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 pew.
Yeah, now here he's like, oh, guess what? Oh, and the thing is too is the game crashes. Like he crashes. That's what I mean about meta. He crashes your game, and you actually think I was playing on PC and I freaked out like, oh crap, it crashed again. He does it a couple times, and then you find out, oh, the game crashes it on purpose. It's part of the game. You have to reopen the file and everything.
Yeah.
It's a trip.
All right. Let's talk about this boy now.
Going back.
What's this?
God of War. This is God of War 2 for the PS2. So these are the Sisters of Time, I believe they're called. And I always thought this boss fight was kind of cool because it's a little difficult, but just the idea. It's so much story you've gotten to.
Hella
get...
booba.
Oh yeah, there's God of War.
Whoa!
Oh yeah.
All right, well now I'm gonna have to put a rating M for mature on. Jesus Christ! Put it away.
Hey, there was one I almost picked. There was one I almost picked, and I didn't put it in here because it would have been worse.
Oh Jesus!
God of War is notorious for this. And this is just a cutscene. There's actually mini games you can go out and search for to do other things.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, but I gotta do it, man. It gives me extra XP, so I'm all about it. Like, get over here.
Look, I'm not here for the boobs. I just want the experience. Okay, now let's play volleyball.
The Sisters of Time and the fucking Hercules Disney were old as and decrepit as fuck. This is so different.
So here's what you gotta do. You get all the way to this point. There's mirrors, right? I think there's 3 of them, and so now you have this ability. You can catch things, launch it back at them. You're just having a typical boss fight. Time your blocks and parries. But it gets to a point where you start coming through the mirrors. We'll see. And you have to break them. It's almost sort of kind of a 2-part boss fight, but I just sent this part because God of War, there's so much. There's nudity everywhere. You just kind of get used to it by the time... Like, I didn't even think about it at this point anymore. Like, when you first start God of War, you're like, holy crap. But now it's just, like, normal. But it was really bad when you fight the 3rd sister. This is one of the sisters, but the other one's, like, a huge, like a giant, but also the size of Jabba the Hutt physically, so... it's seriously, like, even worse. And I think has probably, I don't know... 35, 40 nipples. It's just the most ridiculous.
35, 40 nipples.
Yeah, dude, it's like the most hideous looking creature you could imagine. And you have to, and it's got these little T-Rex arms, right? You have to go, like, trap the arms, and you have to solve all these puzzles to beat that boss.
Oh my god. I wasn't ready for the 35, 40 nipples.
I'll have to, yeah. When one day I'll play through these, it'll be fantastic.
This reminds me of Dante's Inferno, which I tried playing.
That game's even worse.
It was so much that I was like, I don't think I'm gonna play this again on stream.
Yeah, that one's basically makes this look like a kid's game. That was played it before. I'm like, oh, this is kind of like God of War. I was all traumatized afterwards.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I think you fast forward a little bit.
I'm gonna mute for a second.
This looks like an insane fight, though.
Yeah, it's not. So there's a part there where the ground starts to electrify or whatever. You just have to grapple up to those things. So when you've hit enough enemies enough times, you see the bottom right, that's like your power meter. So if you activate that, you're unhittable for a little bit, and you can just sit there and do power moves forever. I'm guessing he's saving it up for the next part.
Couple of
Sorry.
Yeah, Dante's Inferno is supposed to be pretty dark in general, so I mean it captured the whole vibe of that thing perfectly, but yeah.
Oh,
I have to get Banjo some doggy aspirin.
Doggy aspirin.
Doggy aspirin. I find it funny. I always think doggy aspirin is just like a funny thing to say. Yeah, like he gets up and whines, and his back leg seems to be bothering him a little bit, but
Arthritis. It's that time of year.
He's only like 4 though. He shouldn't be getting fucking
really?
arthritis.
Interesting.
So I've been giving him doggy aspirin when.
See,
as
now this is
needed.
like a tricky part. You're back in time. You're watching yourself fight from the first game, the thing we just saw earlier.
I was like, this
Weird.
place looks familiar.
Yeah.
But this is actually part 2, not part 1. And now you got to fight on top of that thing. And she's going to try to break the sword in the middle of the fight. You have to stop her from doing that. Because if she breaks the sword, it makes it so you never win the fight before. It's a whole thing. But I just thought the whole concept was kind of cool. It's not
Oh,
super
she covered up.
Oh, she did. I was just about to
Yeah.
say something.
Well, this is like a different whole phase now. I think it's a...
Second phase, we cover up the booba.
Because they all look different too. This might be the second sister. I haven't played this in years, but yeah.
I mean, so those are only. That's the Sisters of Fate. So
Yeah, so you just have to-
Lakeisha and
guys-
Tropos.
Beat her up. Like I said, I did not send you the other one, which I find entertaining, but it'd be too much for you.
Too much boob.
It's not even like good boob. It's just bad. Like,
Does
get
this-
out of here. I don't need this in my life type of boob.
It's like, does this side boob turn you on? It shouldn't, because that's my
Yeah,
side
it's
boob.
definitely Peter Griffin boob.
Oh, good. Huh.
I definitely have some Peter Griffin boob going on. Just saying.
It's like when you're playing it for the first time ever, you get that look Stewie got, you know, when he's breastfeeding from Peter and he looks up and realizes that's
Oh,
the
no.
moment. That's what it feels like when you're playing against that Sister of Fate in this game.
Fucking yank a hair out. Like, ugh.
I'll send that one to you guys later. It's actually pretty entertaining.
Oh, man.
But yeah, that's it. It's pretty simple. You just gotta,
Oh.
you know, use
Boy,
the
I
fire magic.
know.
I fast forward to a good spot.
Yep.
Did he win? Is that it?
It's so hard to pick with God of War bosses. Like I love the games so much. I could just kind of fly through them all, but I've also played them a lot. So, there. So the past still happened. Perfect.
See ya, bitch.
Into
didn't
the
even
fucking.
Didn't even notice that thing.
Oh, she didn't fall. She was like, "Meow."
This is the part where, yep, there's the mirror.
Break
That's like
the
the
mirror,
final
bitch.
phase. You have to
Oh.
break the mirrors to finish them off.
Oh,
Shit.
Boobs McGee's back.
Yeah, there's 3 sisters.
Oh, God, this
You're only fighting the 2 here. The third one's just a whole different thing.
It's a long ass fight.
A long
So you
fight
finish
that's
her off
light
here,
lights.
and then you just crack the mirror.
I mean,
Badoosh.
not that there's any complaints though. I mean, this is boob, but
Yeah, I mean that's part of what makes the fights better, I'm sure.
this
Like,
is why
check
it's
out
on
the
your top
pixels
5.
on that one. Oh yeah, for sure.
It's not the fight. It's
I thought
it's
this
Oh
was
yeah,
top
there's a
five.
fight here. I didn't even notice. No wonder I
You're
died
allowed-
so many times.
Yeah, I thought this was top 5 booba list.
All distract.
Did y'all know that there was a mirror in this fight?
This whole time there was a boss I was fighting.
I saw 35 nipples and kind of froze.
Oh, that was
35, 40
that was
nipples.
the whole thing.
around 35, 40 nipples.
I'm gonna find that one and send it to you.
Oh my god, it's gonna be great.
It was great. Just the thumbnail, dude. Oh my gosh, I forgot about her face. Oh, you gotta.
That's great.
It'll change your life.
That's a great boss fight.
Okay, this is not one to play on here, but there's the link.
All right, was it my turn?
It's your turn.
Okay, I wasn't sure where we were at right now.
I gotta
Okay.
close some tabs here.
Stop. Okay, this is my number 2 worst.
Number 2 worst.
That's from Sonic Frontiers.
Oh, we're going into new turf here. Uh-oh.
Yep.
I still want to
Interesting.
get Sonic Frontiers.
Never would have thought you would have picked something.
I'm sorry, Winter. I'm gonna spoil shit for you.
It's okay. I had Wednesday
Okay,
spoiled for me today, so.
So this fight here, it's cool the very first time, right? But once you fuck up and fall off, you have to do it all over again, and it's the same bullshit. And sometimes the camera angle doesn't do you any justice, and it just like he's shooting those little fucking things, right? And you can't tell whether or not it's in the middle, left, or right. So sometimes you'll swerve right into it, and you'll fall off, and then you'll have to do this whole thing again over and over and over just to get to his eyeball. And then he becomes a platformer. I liked them the first time, but fucking up enough times and running over his back like 4 or 5 times in a row, I was like, God damn it, dude. Then he leaves again, and then you have to do it all over again. It's just like a big spectacle fight, you know what I mean? You just go to look at the world when you're going. But I don't like it. It's not fun. It's just like annoying, dude. Squid is a meme in the Sonic Frontiers community as well. Like, Squid wants to battle or some shit. Or Squid noticed you. Yeah, like these are cool like set pieces, you know what I mean, to like go around and fight, but
it's very cool aesthetically, like
mechanically though, it's just a drag. And then here he just keeps doing the same fucking slice move in front of your fucking face.
It's a really interesting choice though for number 2.
Yeah.
Well, it's because I was expecting so much more. Like, I don't know. I was very pissed off about it. I will say that it comes back in other parts of the game too, so it's not just
You're a big
isolated. Yeah, I am. So it's not just isolated to this island. There's another island with some, and it's even worse. But I chose this one since this is the first island, you know. But I will guarantee you, the first time you run into it, you'll be like, "Whoa!"
Like, he looks really cool. Like, don't get me wrong.
It does.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, as you fight him more and more and more, you'll be like, "Fuck, the same song and dance again."
And then you mess up. Do you have to start all the way from the beginning?
Yeah, sometimes he heals. Sometimes he heals if you fall off and whatnot, but yeah, right now this guy's been like having to do it. See, he's doing it again and again.
Yeah, there's a circle. Yeah, he's going in a circle.
Yeah, it just keeps going, and there's no way to catch up faster than you are. You just have to deal with it until he allows you to catch up.
Which
So,
I'm
yeah,
also noticing that it's like a pattern. So if you recognize the pattern of what he's doing with the fireballs.
Yeah, it always goes back to the pattern.
Yeah, the pattern, but like if you're in a weird part of the island as he does that, the camera angle will be weird and not help, and it'll fucking fall off. Happened to me quite a bit. See, he ran out of stamina, so now he lost some traction. Now he has to try again. See how close he was? It just didn't get there. There it is.
I love the... I'm going to really regret saying this. You got the PP in the middle of the screen.
So that was my most hated one. I did not like that fight.
PPs.
Alright, this one you might want to listen to. So, I'll pause the music here.
Okay.
For me. I'm going to mute myself, but I will say this is the very first big boss fight in the island, and it's got some sick-ass fucking tunes, and it reminds me of Dragon Ball Z. It's really awesome. It's like my favorite supersonic fight.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute. By the way, this isn't copyright.
Oh, it's in Spanish.
Giganto.
That was the fucking
God
craziest shit.
damn. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Dude, that fight really made me super happy. That was the moment I knew that Sonic was back. After the
Yeah.
long stint of garbage it's been pushing out, you know.
No kidding.
This is by far my favorite Supersonic sequence I've ever had to play. Like, I
was
didn't think I'd
awesome.
ever have to say that in my life, but it was so it was Dragon Ball as fuck, as you can see. Like, he was like,
Yeah, it was.
like teleport and making clones of himself and punching, and like it was like the fighting is so fun.
He had the look too.
Yeah, he has the look for sure. That they pretty much like had stolen that idea from Dragon Ball Z for sure. The Super Saiyan with Supersonic.
Yep.
But yeah, that's definitely a highlight of the game. Sorry I got spoiled it for you, Winter, but there is
So good.
more fights there's more fights like it. And also that music, for you guys that don't know, that's Sleeping with Sirens vocalist Kellen Quinn. And that was also another mind blow that they even got someone from that band to do anything for them. And it was a sick kick-ass song, like fucking crazy. I was expecting like follow me, set me free, but it was more like fucking metal, dude. So good. All right, but I'm gonna be right back.
Okay.
Give me a moment.
I thought he did that in his best Cartman voice.
Beyond the edge of the known, to push our limits. This is Voyager of Endless Worlds.
This has been a pretty interesting podcast, seeing like all these different bosses and whatnot, and like all the different ones that we've fought over time.
Yeah, I'm sure there's so many games that I've played. That there's probably other ones that you might have even forgotten about, right? That game, like, oh yeah, that game too.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of top of the dome with these ones.
Yeah, there's a lot of games out there that I've really enjoyed in my life, and there's still many others that are out there that need to be enjoyed. Fun that needs to be had.
That's why I always thought as a kid, it's like that moment in Star Wars when Anakin's like, I want to see them all. He's talking about
All right, I'm back.
All right, welcome
I'm
back.
like, there's going to be games that we're going to miss, so we should play as many as we can.
Absolutely. Okay.
Thus the every game ever is born.
So we're on to number 2 now for me.
Let's see it.
So the first boss, her name is the Empress of Light.
Sound like you said it in Boston. You're the first boss.
So this boss comes from Terraria.
Terraria has
really
bosses?
fun game. Yeah. Terraria has a lot of bosses. Terraria has a lot of bosses. Like, what kind of smoke you cracking, son? So anyways.
As I took a hit right now, dude, I was fucking ripping at you said that.
So to summon the Empress of Light, you need to find a rainbow prismatic butterfly. And I think you need to kill it, but it can only spawn at night. If you try to spawn her during the day, she'll just instantly just one-shot you.
Oh my gosh.
So,
No.
here's the fun part, right? So she has a normal mode, and she has a hard mode. So the normal mode is that you summon her at night and just kill her. Hard mode is that you have to summon her at night and do no damage to her whatsoever until the sun rises.
No.
When the sun rises, if you go about killing her, you get probably the best. You get like the best sword in the game. Like the best sword in the game. The problem with that, though, is that in her hard mode, any attack of hers that lands one-shots you.
Oh, no.
No matter how geared you are.
Turn off the game.
So, her hard... Like, I've not beaten her on normal difficulty. Like, this is one boss that has still eluded me killing. Her and the Moon Lord. But we're not talking about the Moon Lord right now. But yes, this fight is just absolute cancer, I would say.
It's a bullet hell garbage, huh?
Yeah, basically. Look at that shit.
Holy crap, it just never ends. I'm waiting for like a little breather.
It's kind of like that Flowey fight, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Except to get one shot. Except to get one shot, you know.
Well, have you played Terraria, Troz?
Never. That's why I didn't know about the bosses in this game.
How do you know about Terraria then?
I just heard the name. I thought it was like a mining game.
No. It's, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of mining to it. Like, you gotta mine your resources. But, like...
Yeah, when I hear Terraria, I think of terrain, which is something you mine into.
Terraria.
Or Terraria.
No, Terraria's got, like, a shit ton of bosses. It's a very good, like, adventurous game.
Brother.
So, for people like Slight who wants to play it, yes, you can beat it.
Oh,
there is an end to it. You just gotta beat the Moon Lord and you're done with the game.
There's an end to it. Just gotta hit this button over here.
I swear there's an end.
It's probably gonna take you fucking forever, but there's an end.
Oh, man.
And if you're feeling dangerous, there's also a hardcore mode.
Oh,
Fuck
no.
that shit. So yeah, that's that's my worst fight. Like, she is just fucking garbage.
I have a game that's like that, but not any particular boss from there. It's one of those that, like you said, it eludes you, you know? You spend your whole life, it's like, man, I still can't beat that one thing.
Yeah. So now we're gonna move on to my second favorite boss. So I think all of Untitled Stream Group would be really excited about seeing this guy come up. This guy goes by the name of Rolk, Disciple of the Witness.
The Jehovah's Witness? No.
So
Destiny.
it took us forever to figure out how to fight this guy. Didn't figure forever to fight him, but it took us a while to clear him out, because you don't just fight him first. There's an aspect where you gotta shoot a beacon and then soak his beam, his like laser beam shit, and that gives you vision of the glyphs that the rest of your team needs to shoot at. So if they can get that figured out correctly, his shield shrinks down, and then the process is just repeated. So you can see him getting ready to shoot his fucking laser beam of death. And the people who find the correct beacon, you take an orb to, and that shrinks the shield down. So this is basically the first part of the fight. And this one takes a while. And if you fuck up, I think if you fuck up 3 times, then you just have to wipe and start over.
Damn.
So you can't fuck up 3 times with shooting the beacons and getting his laser beam shit hit on.
Oh, yeah, but I'm thinking of Dead Space's fucking boss.
Oh, yeah. Damn, that should have made the list.
So this
I was
is
just saying that.
this is the first phase of the fight. You can see that shield is shrinking down.
Yeah.
And as the game goes on, like, ads will spawn into the fight too, so you also need to keep those cleared and in check. Otherwise, it's just going to overwhelm the team. And how he knows which one to go to, like, he'll pick up the power, but if he picks up the power, he doesn't know which beacon he needs to go to. So he can relay the information as to what's on the beacon. And then the rest of his team will relay what beacon he needs to go to. It's easy. It's an easy fight, but it's an easy to understand fight, but the execution is just garbage. That's another one of those.
Yeah.
But he was a fun
You know what
fight.
you gotta do. You do it.
I thoroughly enjoyed fighting this guy. So now once you break a shield, then you go up to the second phase. This phase, you're going to start fighting him personally. He's going to be dancing around the room. And he's going to be doing more of his beam shit. So with that aspect, you like absorb his beam shit. Absorb his beam shit. One of the teammates is going to tell you like what beacon to go to, essentially. And you're going to go take his beam shit to that beacon. Once you get that, then you get the ability to start breaking his armor off, or breaking off his limbs, we called it. So you can shoot like you can see like his shoulder is glowing. So you just break off his shoulder, and then you do the other shoulder, and then you do the 2 legs. And that goes...
Whittle him down.
Mm-hmm. So that goes... and then once you break off like all 4 of his limbs, then you go into an actual DPS part of the fight. But like I said, though, he likes to dance around the room, and this part just got all of us in panic mode.
Them chonked ass lasers, dude. You know what I mean? You know when they're serious when they chonk it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so now he's in a DPS phase, so everybody's like dumping their ultimates on him. It is time to do as much damage as you can. You only get 2 phases. You only get to do this twice, I think.
It's working.
Or maybe it's 3
Oh,
times. I
a
don't
lot
know.
of health. Might be 3. Look how slow that's going.
When we've taken him down, I think we've only had to do 2 phases. Or 2 rotations. I really want to go back to playing this game again. See, now
this is D1 or D2?
2.
Oh.
Then everyone gets out, you go back to the start, and you just repeat the process. Oh yeah,
cool
it
layers
is
to
2.
the fight.
It is 2 phases because you can see like a little sliver of health right here that's like missing. That will send
Oh,
him
yeah.
into like his final phase,
I see.
which is like a burn phase. So you have to like kill him like as absolutely fucking fast as you can. So yeah, that's probably my one of my absolute favorite bosses of all time that I fought.
Awesome.
Now I found a Destiny buddy. Look at that. Yeah, I've never played those either. I actually almost did. They look pretty cool.
This whole group is like addicted to Destiny. So like if you ever
I have them both.
I'm the only one who's not.
like it's not hard to get a group together in USG for Destiny.
Yeah. Y'all are always vibing.
Yeah, we are.
I think I chose the Halo life. Y'all chose the Destiny life.
USG.
Other Bungies.
Untitled
Always
Stranger.
streaming games. Oh, that too.
All right, so Slight's turn for his all-time worst.
Yep. Number
Already got it.
1, guys.
This one definitely is the number 1. So
Number 1.
oh man, I'm getting PTSD thinking about this. All right, so
Go on.
I streamed this game
Oh
last
god.
October, not this one, but a year ago, and I know it's a classic. I know everybody loves this game. It's like, oh, you got to play, you got to try Evil Within, but I'm not used to survival horror, right? So it wasn't even scary anymore. It was more like, damn, I'm out of all my items. I'm out of health. I'm out of bullets. I'm out of anything at all. So by the time I got to this part of the game, getting ready to fight Rubik's or whatever, I had to so they give you all these things, they give you stuff, but you have to be very, very careful. Of course, if you're used to survival horror, that's not a problem. But at this point, I wasn't. By the time I got to part 2, I was like, it was easier because I knew to be more careful. But I shit you not, I was to the point where I was kind of stuck because I just didn't have much stuff. And this was working to a point until they start bringing out Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man? Oh, shit.
Yeah, he's kind of like a mini boss, you know, and it's
Just like the anime.
You just have to sit here, take all these guys out. It's kind of like an arena. You've just got multiple waves of enemies with limited supplies. Unless you're this guy, probably got tons of supplies. Because he knows what this game does. So what I did, I'm waiting for a good spot to talk about it. On the right side, there's some ladders. Oh, yeah, he's got all the good stuff. And so what I started doing when I got closer to the end, I would just get lucky and start running around. It took me so many attempts, so many. I was raging. I actually had said that I didn't want to be disrespectful to the developers, but I wanted to. It would have been great for comedy. I wanted to legit buy a copy so I can burn it. Because I was so pissed. I was so pissed at this game. I had had enough. This one definitely made the most tilted playlist. So yeah, on the far right side, like if you were to pan to the right back there, there's a couple ladders. And so what I did was I figured out, it wasn't the first time in this game I had done it. I cheesed it. without anything left. So I climbed up the ladder, waited for Big Boy to come up, and while he was on his way up, he had to finish his climbing animation. So near the top, I just smacked him, and then I jumped back down and wait for him to come down, do it again. And I kept going up there on the ladder, repeating this until I beat him up just with my bare hands. Because I had run out of everything.
Dude, that sucks when you run out of shit in a game like this where you're just
Right.
And of course, like, I'm still new to it, right? I had literally just played Resident Evil for the first time not too long ago. Played this one. And I'm like, okay, now I understand. Now whenever I face a game like this, I understand what I'm doing, what I'm dealing with. I'm just so used to stuff like, you know, you just pick up ammo everywhere, but that's not how these games work.
Not some of them, no.
Yeah, which, you know, I'm just not used to being careful with my shots and strategic. I just go and blast and like
strategery. What is that?
So then I started just blasting.
Exactly. Yeah. See the two ladders. There's one here and one a little bit further up to the right. So I'd go up one, smack the dude, climb down the other side, and just keep going over and over and over. And see this little animation right here. But he's slower, so the big guy's coming up. Takes him a second so I could get in a whack or two with my empty pistol and jump down. Oh man.
Get in a whack or two.
You ever had to do that where you're so stuck that you're like, I can do this, but it's gonna take me forever, and you just have to kind of cheat that way? That's what I have to do. I mean, it's not how you're supposed to do it, but it worked, and I'm like, I'm never doing that again. Yeah, it was a tie. I almost put up a Hollow Knight boss. Hollow Knight pissed me off too, but there's just so many bosses and different ways you could play that one.
Right.
It wasn't any one particular boss that pissed me off in Hollow Knight. It was just Hollow Knight. Just all of them were just enough to piss me off. It wasn't like one particular one that I hated the most in the world. That game as a whole was just nutso.
Yeah, I rage quitted so much on that game on stream. I decided never playing it ever again.
Yeah, and it's only because you have to go around and get all your money. You're collecting it, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go buy some upgrades, and then you die and you lose all.
That's how Dark Souls is too.
Yeah, screw that. There we go.
Is that Chainsaw Man?
No, Chainsaw Man's on his way. You can fast forward like all the way to like the last third of it, probably. There we go, Chainsaw Man. There he is.
Oh my god, there's a whole bunch
Now
of
you
them.
have Chainsaw Man, who does a ton of damage, and a bunch more of these guys.
Oh, he's got a
And at this
bazooka.
point-
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And at this point, you know, you've just got, at least I did. He's obviously played this many times. I had like one bullet left, you know, like no more health syringes or whatever you call them. Like I was low on everything. I couldn't craft anything else. So I learned a hard lesson at this point in the game. Like, yeah, be very careful what you use throughout the game. Because you might be screwed later.
Look at those eyeballs. Ugh.
Yeah, this place is weird. This is kind of like got the whole... There's some games that aren't really scary. They're just gross.
I'm just
Like,
saying,
I'm
like,
new to the whole horror genre, and this did not scare me. This is
how does a zombie know how to load and fire a rocket launcher?
They're weird zombies, for sure.
And I like how the rocket launcher guy just cannot reach up there for the life of him. He's just like, well, that's as far as my fucking name goes.
Guys definitely knows the little spots to hide. I just had run at him right away and like quickly blasted him. Or like from the other side if you're standing across. You just gotta be a good shot.
This seems just like a fucked up, like, little room of, like, just like grunts to go through, you know what I mean?
Yeah, if you had a bunch of ammo, this room's probably not super bad. You just have to pick them all off. Another thing is, too, when they come running at you, some of these guys have, he's already killed them all, but some of them have explosives. Kind of like the suicide grunts in Halo, and they just come running at you. And it's all bad. Oh, is he gonna do the thing? This is my playthrough, guys. I just wanted you to know. This was after I learned my lesson. Yeah, right about there. but without the shooting. Okay, so it looks like that's a good strat. Either way, it's just faster when you have ammo. But I was up there doing that, except with an empty gun, just whoosh, then jump down. It took forever. God, it took forever.
That guy just won't go down, dude.
No, he takes a little bit.
I mean, the strat, even getting up here and like
Yeah,
trying to
that's
blast him with the shotty is kind of working. So
Yep. And look, he still has one more shot left, right? Oh, now he's switching to something else. Yeah, dude. Yeah, he's probably got him right here. One more.
nope. He's like nope. He's like no.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah.
Or he's had a
I'd be the
shotgun
same
ammo,
way.
so that's what the problem is.
my
Get the rocket
best-
launcher. The rocket launcher probably has something. I can just imagine them just like, a fucking Ewok going on. Oh, was that a rocket? That looks like a rocket.
Little bit of mercy, because like right there, he just picked something up. If you wait long enough, you'll get like one little nugget. Like, oh my gosh, I found a stick. Freaking, I can use the stick.
Oh, he's dead.
Yes.
Finally gone.
That was the peak of difficulty in the game. Only because I had gone through the whole thing, like running out of stuff. After this, it's not as bad. The game was almost over.
Jeez.
Yeah, screw that game. I hated it.
I hate it.
All right. Well,
May have been one of the worst games ever made.
let's talk about this beauty.
Oh,
This
your favorite
is
Oh.
the greatest boss battle of all time. For
Psycho
sure.
Mantis?
Oh my gosh. And I'm like 11 years old, and I'm tripping out. There's no YouTube. There's none of this stuff. So I'm just going through it and not expecting anything whatsoever. So if you guys
And
are
Psycho
familiar with
This
Mantis.
guy just
The Psycho
fucks your world up, doesn't he?
Psycho Mantis is like, you like to play Castlevania?
yeah. If you're familiar with Metal Gear, it's it should have been called Meta Gear. There was this moment before this where you have to find a card to contact that girl. So in order to find Meryl's codec information, it's on the back of the CD case. I spent a couple days looking for the damn CD case. I couldn't find it anywhere in the maps, anywhere in my items. And I was sitting there moping one day, just staring at the back of my CD case, and I realized I found her number. And it was, that's when I was like, oh, okay. Now I get what kind of game this is. They mess with you hard. So here, she's under the control of Psycho Mantis. The music is awesome. I'm like, what's going on? So you can't kill her. She will shoot you. So you just have to knock her out. You can either chokehold her or knock her out. You can just whatever. Any way you want to knock her out. It's always fun. to
Any
punch.
way you want it, just the way you need it. No.
So basically, there's a lot of codec calls. They're saying, knock her out, do this, that. They try to give you hints, but they don't really. You try to shoot him. Everything you do, he dodges. He knows every move you make. There is no way you can beat him because he's Psycho Mantis, right? He's like a crazy mind reader. So these cutscenes, he starts to tell you things like. He starts to tell you what kind of man you are based off of how you play. So he either calls you a coward or a careful man or a reckless man, right? Which is cool. But then he takes it to the next level. And that's the one Trials was talking about. He starts to read your memory card. They do it in the remake too. He's like, "Oh, you like Mario or you like Castlevania?" Like he starts to tell you what you've played, which at the time in 1998 was freaking amazing.
You like to play Castlevania? How'd you know? What the fuck?
And then the climax of that the part that sticks in my brain for forever is when he told you, now set your controller on a flat surface, and then he starts moving the controller, right, with the vibrate function, which was like the coolest magic trick I've ever seen. At the time, it was a magic trick, dude, and it just I loved it. And it tripped me out. And then so you're trying to beat him, and it starts to work, but then you can't. And so you start calling the colonel, you start calling everybody for help, and eventually he's like, Snake, I've got it. Plug your controller into controller port 2. Like, oh, he can't read controller port 2, apparently. That's how you beat him. And then you got to switch it back, and it's just the whole thing. And in the cutscene when he's dying, he's like, oh, clever. You use the other.
Yeah, because doesn't he like fuck up your controller?
Yeah, dude, it's the first time I mean, I can't say for sure because I've not played every game, but it's the first time I'd ever experienced anything like this, to where they broke the fourth wall to an extreme. Like, you have to unplug the controller, put it in a different slot, freaking reading your memory card, vibrating your controller. It was trippy. It was definitely my favorite moment.
Yeah, it's pretty cool for sure at the time.
Now it's
still
just
is, honest. I mean, it still kind of is cool.
Yeah, but it'll never give anyone that feeling. Like, if somebody were to play it today, it's cool, but like it was cooler in 1998. Now it's just like,
oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it was this game that really, this is what robbed me of my Mario time. I'm like, okay, military government conspiracy theories and messing with my head, give me more. And ever since then Stephanie, my sister, she went the other path, right? She went down the Nintendo path, and so that's why I've missed so much Nintendo stuff. Definitely got to go back and play them all.
It's a me who?
Yeah. The only Mario I've played is like 64, and the originals, of course, Lost Levels, and Mario 1, 2, 3, and World. And that was it. Anything after GameCube I missed.
Well, you're out of bullets now, buddy.
Yeah, you can still beat him up with your other gun, and you just throw stuff.
I think he's trying to fucking shoot with it. It's like, no, you're out of ammo. Fucking look and read.
Yeah, this is the first time the YouTube guy may be worse. You know what's gonna piss me off is I have such a love for these games, and I played them so much, and I was so obsessed. Like, as a kid, I was looking up all the trailers, and somebody pointed out when I told them that, I was like, you didn't have YouTube, how'd you do that? And I was like, I don't know. I think there was a website or something, like a Konami countdown website or something, but I was like on it. I was on it. And,
yeah, there was websites that would share video stuff for sure.
Yeah, I was just obsessed for a while, and it's gonna piss me off because what's gonna happen is I'm gonna stream it one day, and I'm gonna suck. And I'll be so mad. You're like, oh my gosh, I swear I was good at this. Typical slight, dude.
You know what website? You know what website I used? I used Game FAQs.
Oh yeah. Game Facts.
Game Facts.
Is there more fighters? Was that him?
No, it's just like a 5,000 hour cutscene afterwards.
Okay.
5,000 hour good.
Look at that. It's
with about 35 to 40 nipples.
Oh yeah, that's a whole nother thing.
Man. That's pretty cool.
I definitely want a
very good first pick.
A very good number one pick. All right, Trues.
Yeah.
All right, this is gonna be Elden Ring.
Oh no, I hate it.
This is my worst boss fight I'm sending you right now, and oh my god, I got a story to tell with this one.
I missed this one.
And then here's my favorite.
All right, well, let's go and start sharing some info for Godskin Duo. Oh Jesus!
I have 2 videos to show you for the best fight because there's like an extra thing that didn't happen that I wanted to show off.
Whoa.
Jeez, this guy's already kicking his ass. Fuck.
Yeah, this is the Godskin duo. They are normally a boss fight you fight separately throughout the game, but then you gotta fight them twice, and they're not. You can't skip them. You have to fight them. He turns into a roly-poly little shit. That guy, and he doesn't stop for at least 20 seconds sometimes. But since he got hit, he stopped.
It just kind of reminds me of. Kind of reminds me of the fucking fat kid off of Family Guy. He's like, "Mama, may I have cookie?" And she's like, "No, diabetes. Go back to the room."
Yeah, you took him out, but the thing is, once you fight this guy, he will resurrect him again, and they resurrect each other over and over and over until their health bar depletes. And I am a mage, so I have to fight from a distance. And this guy's all armored up and shit, so he's not really having trouble. But for me, I had to always stand back, and they're super aggro. And I was running away from this roly-poly bastard half the time. And the other guy was chucking fireballs from a distance.
Oh, man.
It's just fucked up. And they, you see, they respawned him already. And he's not done yet, though. He's gonna respawn his skinny friend here in a second again. This fight took me 2 weeks.
Holy crap. Yeah.
Like, how the fuck is that one guy even alive? Like, he should be, like, in a fucking home. Like a nursing home.
This is like the ultimate thumb aerobics.
Yeah, this fight took me 2 whole weeks, man. And I was trying to find help from online multiplayer, and I couldn't get any help. So I had to just tough it out. This guy beat him so fast.
I was gonna say, look at YouTube, beat him in 2 minutes. It took you 2 weeks.
Oh, look at a plug of my album in there.
Yeah, right there.
Oh. It was worth it. It was worth getting a.
But yeah, that boss fight sucks. Like, normally when you fight them separately, they're pretty shit. But the roly-poly guy is the worst one because he didn't see it, but he can roll for like 20 plus seconds.
Jeez.
And yeah, it's bad when you mix them both. And this fight is an optional boss fight that I chose to do on purpose because why wouldn't I? You're in a floating temple that's been swallowed by this tornado that's eternally spinning, and you're in the sky, and you land in the spot, and time reverses to before a time when this place was in the sky, and fucked up. And it's like super sick to see this cutscene happen. Like watch, it's so cool. That tornado was sick.
Bosses are able to heal themselves.
So this entrance to the boss is my favorite entrance ever to any boss I've ever played. Like, you're laying down and now you're in the past. And this is how it used to look before it was all crumbled. It's called the Crumbling Farum Azula, this place, and it's a place of dragons. And then you look at this fucking thing that's just floating in the sky, and you're like, what is it? Fucking Dragon Lord plus Pseudosax, King Ghidorah looking as. Only 2 heads though, but there's lore that he might have had a 3rd or 4th head. But he's only reduced to this. Hey, this shit's sick. Like, just looking at him, I was like... Then you have to walk up to him.
Look at the textures.
And he wakes up, and then... Oh my god, this part. I love this fight. I love dragons so much. And, like, he just starts immediately going ham by throwing red lightning at you.
I always loved the way this game looked.
Hell yeah.
It's sick.
So yeah, there's no, again, this is an optional boss. You don't even have to go against this guy, but I wanted to.
Dragon's messed up.
And he's got this sick ass golden flame that he shoots out. red lightning, golden flame, red lightning claws. If you look on his chest, you'll see these other necks on him with no heads. I don't know if you noticed that, but there is other necks on him.
Well, he looks really fucking old. Like,
He does.
Look at, they see that neck that's like cut. There's 2 other necks there.
So he used to have 4 heads.
Yeah. There's theories that his heads became other dragons that are on the land now, but there's no confirmation. I fought this guy for like 4 hours in the stream, and I conquered him, but it took a while. So this guy was like a 4-hour fight of me just trying over and over and figuring him out. Love how he summons lightning. It's red lightning, which is even cooler. It's like Sith lightning.
oh, that was a good chunk of damage.
And then he just fucking goes away. And you gotta be like, what the fuck? Where'd he go? Then he appears as a cloud of red lightning and look, oh my god. I still get excited seeing that. So much like visceral like inertia coming at you.
Ooh. New album.
Words.
Inertia.
Yeah, this is where he gets serious and pissed off at the halfway mark of his health. He just starts disappearing and appearing and trying to juke you.
Would have been cool if they made the flames like just ash. Poisonous ash because he's so old.
There is dragons that do that though.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's called Scarlet Rot.
Oh. I didn't know that.
He's summoning lightning again. I fought all these guys as magic builds, so like it took me a lot longer than these guys that go full on melee.
Yeah, I prefer magic too.
Dodging all the fucking attacks, it's fucking really good. Except for the fire. Oof.
Must be a YouTube thing.
Must be. The running joke, it must be a YouTuber. Oh my god, I got hit. This is where just all lightning goes fucking crazy. Indiscriminately. And then, oh my god, he almost got hit. And then this is what I call the Devastator. Because he like really chunks his laser and just keeps going and going and going and going. Like I died to that same move so much. It's not even funny. The Devastator. I called it the Devastator on purpose because of that. That's what I died to the most. Because I would always get him to that last bit of health and then he would just get me.
He is
So
starting to get a little relentless now.
What sucks is they don't show off his. The other video I sent you is the one I wanted to show a different move he does. Because it's a shame it doesn't happen in this fight. But yeah, there's a super awesome move that like probably the coolest like special boss attack I've ever seen in my life. So that's the fight right there. Legend Feld. Dragon Lord plus Pseudosex.
This game should get Game of the Year, I think.
I think it did, didn't it?
Yeah. Alright, the other video to it is
It deserves
the other move that I was talking about. So that move we call it the nuke. This is the move that I wanted you guys to see. And you have to run away.
Whoa.
Jeez.
Ooh.
Whoa! That's
That is the
wild.
nuke. He does that quite a bit. And I'm surprised it didn't happen in that one fight, but he would do it like at least twice in the fight for me.
Holy shit.
That's the nuke, and then we got the Devastator as well, which was that fucking crazy fire that he would do. So he was my favorite all-time boss I've fought ever. Probably, it's super fun.
Well, how exciting was that?
It was super fun. Now we got your favorites and worst, ultimate favorite.
Yep, my top worst. Let me just get it to a good spot here. Actually, no, it'll be fine. So my top worst.
Zelda 2.
No.
Zelda 1.
Oh my
No.
God, it's Mario Sunshine! I'm pissed, bro. How dare you?
Yep.
How dare you put this on your
PD
worst?
Piranha is number 1 on my fuck you list.
Oh no!
Just
Is
because.
Is it the first fight? No, this is the first fight, huh?
Yeah, this is the first fight because I can't find him on. I can't find the one where he's like floating over the town, because that's what
Yeah.
pissed me off. Him floating over the town like he's some goddamn pigeon. He's a fucking little pigeon just in the sky, just shitting everywhere. No, PD Piranha, I did dub the worst fight because no other Mario boss has ever gotten me to the point to where I was frustrated and literally threw my controller.
I found it. If you want to see that one,
It's fine. My point's getting
Okay.
pretty much across.
all right.
But it's just fighting PD Piranha. I wanted to try Sunshine. I wanted to love Sunshine. I wanted to enjoy Sunshine because everybody that I knew who talked about it loved Sunshine. I tried Sunshine. I got a few shine stars or whatever the fuck they're called. Shine sprites, that's it.
Yeah.
And then I got to the point to where I had to fight Peter Piranha when he was floating above the town. That fight was so agitating. And Trows just fucking loads up the game and he's like, this is how you do it, winner.
Yeah, everybody struggles with different things.
Like-
Yeah, it's a first time play. I can understand it. Certainly can understand it. I don't blame you.
It was definitely a first time play and just like I couldn't keep an area clear enough and these fucking slimes that just kept spawning everywhere. The slimes that spawned out of this fucking mucus that he spits out. Like, goddamn, get some fucking Pepto-Bismol or something, dude. Like, shit.
But there's also slime that looks like Pepto-Bismol in this.
So I gave Sunshine a good college try. I gave it a valiant effort.
Good college try.
But it was just a case of I got so frustrated with the game that it took me, how long did it take me? Like an hour and a half to beat PD Piranha the second time?
Yeah.
You were in there with me.
I was trying to give you pointers and it's still not working.
So I just said fuck it because I was trying to do an every Mario challenge, but I'm like, fuck this challenge.
It's done now, bro. I'm not doing it again.
So this guy gets slapped
Gold.
with my number 1 worst spot.
I'm sad.
I am sorry, Trows. I know this upsets you. Hopefully this doesn't break our friendship.
Oh man,
Pretty
It's
good.
teetering on the edge now. I'm just kidding.
I hope this
Sounds
doesn't
like
break
your
our friendship.
Baby game spice.
All right, what's your favorite? Let's see.
So my number 1 favorite boss,
Mario Sunshine, Peter Piranha.
close.
Close.
So my number 1 spot, it comes from Legend of Zelda.
Oh.
Now, everyone would think, because of how much I say I love the dude, everyone would think that Bongo Bongo is my number one favorite boss, but he is inches, mere inches from first place over this gentleman. And I feel like he deserves volume.
Let's pause the music here for my side so we can hear it.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna skip it forward because this guy does not know how to fucking fight Jawhala.
You know what's cool is when we have our favorite bosses, suddenly the YouTube guys are not quite as good. Because they're our favorites.
What was that again?
I'm saying it's cool. It's like it just shows how good we are at it with our favorite bosses, because suddenly with our favorite bosses, the YouTube guys are no longer as good.
Oh. Right.
Like, damn, this guy sucks. Can't beat Psycho Manus. Let me show him.
No, I straight up love this boss. He's a good fight. Like his all the sounds is so fucking comical. It's like when you throw him into the spikes, it sounds like you like get a strike with bowling pins.
This is very satisfying.
The music's also very silly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's just a silly boss overall, but Jawhala took my spot as favorite Zelda boss. Like Bongo Bongo is a very close second, but he's just so fat.
Right in the tank.
Love that. Just blows up. Blows into little dudes.
He runs away. Huzzah!
And that's the dude. He's a very simple fight, very quick and easy to beat. But
I like him that way.
yeah,
I like him quick and easy, you know.
Tube heard me. He put the huzzah in chat right away. Damn.
Just like instantly, just like that.
I could see why you love that boss. It is very comical, silly, cute. Like that little ending was adorable.
his dungeon was fun. Like it was a fun dungeon to go through. Probably one of my favorite characters was in there helping you. And it just was an overall fun, enjoyable experience. And that is my number one favorite boss that I have fought in my life.
Oh yeah. Good shit, dude.
Get there, but I will eventually.
That was very good shit.
We all had some pretty good best picks, I think. Psycho Mantis, the Dragon Lord Placidusax, and then fucking the what's his name again? Forgot his name. Jalhala.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Good old Jalhala.
I do have beef with your worst winter, but it's all good.
Well, I'll tell you what, there is a 13-step program out there, Trows, to help you just get the fuck over it.
Shit, I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, just let me know. I know the steps. I'll help you. Just go straight to the 13th step and just get the fuck over it.
I understand what Winter is going through because pretty much like 80% of Twitch is into the whole retro sweaty games, and I'm not. So, you know, I understand. They would all be my worst.
Yeah. Well, that was it.
Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed that.
Good times, good times.
So I'll let you go, Trows. Let you speak.
All right. I was gonna say, so our guest here, Slight, do you got any things you want to plug for the good people out there listening in?
Not really. I mean, I'm getting ready to start a whole bunch of nonsense, you know. I did Nostalgia, now I'm doing From Ages Past, which is all the Sega games that I owned as a kid. That'll be difficult, and I'll hate it all. And January 6th, I'm going to do, for hitting 500 followers, I'm going to have everybody help me build a deck. So, like, with a Sharpie, I'm going to write the name of a game. And everybody's picking the games, and we're going to draw randomly and build 52 games. Those would be the next games I play.
Oh, like a deck of cards, but they're all games.
Yeah, so I made a deck right here. I've actually been shuffling it, just messing around while we're doing this.
I have like that idea.
I have a deck of 52 with my games that I want to play, like Death Stranding, a bunch of like, you know, big boy games. And then they have their deck they're gonna make, and then you use the chat command, right? Like draw and roll, and so whoever rolls a higher number, if they do, they get to draw a card, and if I do, I get to draw a card, and we'll build a deck.
Sick. That's a pretty cool idea. I like that. It really plays into your vibes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, try.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, this was fun, dude.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for joining us, Slight. I do greatly appreciate you taking the time to come in and just vibe with us tonight. It was a lot of fun having you.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I like it. Let me know whenever you need me back. I'll be back.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. I definitely want you back for some topics in the future for sure.
And,
I usually catch you guys. I probably caught like, I'd say like 70% of your episodes. I've missed a couple here and there.
And for everybody listening in over on YouTube and also here on Twitch who has joined us on Twitch tonight, I want to thank Trows for his awesome album. That's been the music that's been playing all night, completely free.
Oh yeah.
Completely free to use if he likes you, of course. But give his album a listen to. Very good vibes. It feels like that you're like in a video game. Each song has its own like beat to it, whether you're in like an aquatic world, in an underground city, just vibing out in the plains. They're all wonderful songs. I absolutely love listening to them. Even on my off time, I'll listen to them quite often. So
yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thanks. And I'd also like to say, for you, aren't you going to be trying to restart back up here on Twitch?
Yes.
Very nice.
Not quite ready yet, but hopefully within like the next month, I'll start easing down in real life. Now that I'm starting to catch up on stuff, start easing down from real life aspects and start trying to get back into coming on here and playing video games. My first couple plans, I am going to try to play through the Ghostbusters video game. That one's been on my radar for a really long time.
Oh.
And then I would also like to take a look at Temtem.
Temtem? That Pokemon kind of game?
Yeah, the Pokemon ripoff.
Yeah, okay. That's cool.
Yeah, so I kind of want to start delving into those two games and kind of go from there. and see what happens from there.
Sick, dude. Looking forward to when you come back.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it has to be
All
within
right.
a month. You said if it's longer, I might unfollow.
People have already been unfollowing. I'm down to like 394 on Twitch.
Oh, they don't realize it's coming back. That's why. They probably just figured you're gone.
Yeah, I'll get back up there. I'm only 6 followers away from 400, so what's a couple
Neat.
more?
Alrighty, guys. Well, I think we'll end it here. And yeah, thanks for everyone for watching, lurking, watching on YouTube later on after this has been uploaded. We appreciate you.
Have a good night, everybody.
You too.
Bye.